truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop offering me. 'Cause I'm everything you want, damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies, back up on the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's new.
Hey, Matt, congratulations on your success, brother. And I really appreciate you giving, both sides, and just free speech, the opportunity to have a platform, dude.
Got it. You got it. Thanks for everything you've done for this country, Eli. We'll talk next time. Tell Jen hello, and I'll have this ready in a couple of hours, and you can share it and take a look. Thank you, man.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Matthew Spear, Olivia Spear here for your viewing pleasure. It is jacket night. I want to give you guys an update on last night. Everybody was so amazing. We came through, and it helped us out absolutely tremendously. We had a chance to head down to Ashburn, had to take most of the morning and the afternoon to get everything working and set up. We did wind up having to buy a new box and a replacement card. I did contact manufacturer and explain to them what happened. And of course, 6 to 8 weeks after sending that in, we may see some reimbursement for that. I will keep you guys up to date with that and let you know. But we can't thank you guys enough. You absolutely saved our bacon.
Yes, you did.
And you guys are awesome. And I didn't think we were going to be able to get it until Sunday. Amazon wasn't going to have it here, but then they had it in a local shop down here at a photography shop. So we got lucky and wanted to say thank you. I want to wish Bobby good luck tonight. Oregon Ducks are playing. I'm pulling for Indiana, but we'll give you a big thumbs up. By the way, enter to win. $25 donation night. We already have 2 entries. But if you enter, you can get the new dumb jacket or the old dumb jacket. One of the other.
Your choice.
Now, we're not going to do the blanket this time. We'll probably do the blanket next month because it's on back order. So we're going to do the new jacket or the old jacket. You can pick, but the $25 gets you in, and you can pick up one. It's a pretty damn good deal. Go ahead and do that. And we would appreciate if you could help us out. Want to thank huge donation from Chuck Peterson last night coming through in the clutch with $1,000. Was very, very kind of him. And everyone else who donated and helped. We appreciate it. So we're up and running. We're back. And honestly, this is already, in my opinion, better. I'm getting faster response on the cameras. They're easier to switch. So I think this card in this box was having a problem for quite a long time. But we got it all worked out now. And luckily in by the wire. Sorry, we were a few minutes late. We were polishing off a few things. So we got a busy night tonight. Donations are huge. We know they're going to be coming in like crazy. $25 gets you in to win the Don't Unfriend Me jacket. The old one, if you've been trying to win it, we gave it away 5 times last year. And then we had our first winner, which was Dawn Martin, for the new jacket. She won in the December end of year contest. Oh, and by the way, if you do the $25 right now, it enters you to win in the end of the year contest. So when we have that big giant contest again and give away a ton of stuff, whatever that's going to be this time, you're entered to win. So if you do it 12 months in a row, you get 12 entries. So hope you guys are excited about that. Let's get these numbers in, and then we got to get started on this. I'm going to give Olivia just a minute or two and get everyone on. We've been having some record numbers on Facebook and for the rest of the show over the last couple of nights since we changed the format. So Format's faster. It's quicker. Bobby Richardson, 51.99. Sorry, not there tonight. Big game. Quack, quack for the jacket drawing. I want one for me and one for Jeffrey Styles. Love you all. You got it. Thank you very much, Bobby. For those people who are just new to the show and said, wow, for the week, you guys just go right into it. We're just going to take a couple of minutes. I'm probably going to take it for about 2 or 3 more minutes just to get Olivia caught up on these because she's such a huge part of the show. It's important. CJ Jenkins is in it to win it. $25. Fingers crossed. CJ, I'm hoping for you. Can't wait to see it. Go after it. Let's get it. Good evening, Darla. Wonderful to see you guys. Welcome to all the people who are new. We have quite a few followers. We're about ready to hit. Brian donated $26.25. Brian is in it to win it. We're really ready to hit 359,000, and by the end of the weekend, we should be at 360,000. We're going to hit 400,000 very early this year. We're excited, so we're way ahead. Like usually, we weren't expecting to hit 400,000 until December of next year. So that shows you how much we grew in the last 3 months. Debbie Boggs donated $25. Thank God it's Friday. In it to win it.
Are you feeling okay? Your voice seems a little scratchy.
It's called a severe case of Lackanookie.
Seriously?
And it's been a week, so
it has not been a week.
It's been like 3 weeks.
It's in your brain.
We haven't had sex in 3 weeks.
Totally.
It's been a long time. It's moving on.
Because
you got to get your mic up. It's not in your face. It's not near your mouth. So
it keeps slipping.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's not slipping. We need some help.
There we go.
It's got to be really there. Okay.
There.
All right, right into it. Will there ever be a drawing for autographed feet pics? Not unless we see $1,000. Janet Crenshaw donated $25. Love you. We love you. She's in it to win it. Wants to get a jacket. We're doing really well so far. We're probably going to just. They keep coming in. They keep coming in, folks. We're going to do this for 3 more minutes, and then we're going to give you a little extra time tonight. Such an amazing show last night, and all your help. Olivia and I are going to sacrifice playing Pillars of Eternity, Path of Exile. Tamar Bush, $25. I'm in. Great. In it to win it. You're watching what?
Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things is really good. It was great. Hopefully sounds okay and everything's good. Are we all caught up?
I think we're all caught up for the time being.
That's not a bad entry. 178.24. All right, folks. $25 per is what we're going for. Oh, you didn't change the goal.
Oh, I didn't realize I needed to.
Yeah, you want to do it on these nights because people see the 300.
Well, should I change it?
Can you do that with?
Yes.
With it, yeah. I'd put it to 750 because that's what it's going to be.
Okay, what's the current? 170.
178.24. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. I think we're at time there, Livy. As soon as you're done. Tim, welcome. Welcome. We got a good show tonight. Once again, we just like the other nights. It's been awesome. All right, we've got enough people on. You reset it again.
I haven't started it yet.
Okay. Faster. You've got to move faster. You're taking too long. Wow, everyone's getting in on this. By the time you're done, you're gonna have 30 more to do.
I'm trying.
I mean, if you just took a little bit quicker, just a little bit faster. 750.
This I did put 750.
No, you put 730. I'm looking right at it. It's okay. You know what? Just leave it. We're gonna be fine.
Is it up?
Yeah, it's one.
Okay. Jeez.
And the 178. We're fine. You're doing a great job. Are you ready yet?
No.
Okay, get back to work because you got a whole bunch of money coming through.
Some of my nose right
now. You know what? I'm gonna. You saw the other shooting video, right?
I did. Yes.
Okay, so I can start that while you're doing this.
Yes.
Okay, so folks, it's gonna be a little sporadic. We want to get to content because we know everyone wants it, but we're getting a crap ton of donations, and this happens every second week of. It's usually the first. Usually it's the first Friday of the month, but last Friday didn't work out, so we're doing it now. Matt, the red bar under the videos makes us skip replays. Did I watch that already, etc.? I don't understand.
Thank you, Deborah McLaughlin. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Deb. You're in it to win it. Mike, I don't understand what that means. Matt, the red bar under videos makes us skip replays. Did I watch that already, etc.? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to be more specific, Bubba. All right, let's get going. We got a show. We got to get going. Oh, before I forget, you broke down the ice incident and you were right again. Go figure, right? Gene McLaughlin, $25. Gotta play. In it to win it. Bingo. You know, what's funny and what's hilarious is Tim Pool and a couple of other shows like literally just recited everything that we said on our prediction. But I'm going to tell you about this one too and break this down.
Did we just miss Gene McLaughlin's?
No, I called it
Okay,
Gene.
sorry.
Remember, I was like, bingo.
Oh, I didn't hear you. Apparently, I'm zoning you.
You're busy. You're busting your hump. You're out there typing away. It's like you're going to get carpal
getting
tunnel.
messages too, so I'm trying to.
Well, everyone's excited. They're in it to win it, man. They want the jacket. I get it. And the new jacket looks snexy.
I want the new jacket.
Well, we can go do that. Holy moly, everybody. Susan McCoran, $25. Woohoo, jacket time. In it to win it. Gosh, we might have to give away. Remember, guys, if we do 500, we give away a jacket. But if we do 1,000, we give away 2 jackets. We do 1,500, we give away 3. This is what we're doing. And this jacket's like $125 at cost. It costs us a shite ton of money. All right, let's rock and roll. Tell him to shut up, Olivia. It's stupid to add completed image to non-viewed thumbnails. Seriously, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
I don't know what he's talking about. Joanne Townsend, $50. My Irish dad better bring me some luck. Joanne's in it to win it. It's stupid to add completed image to non-viewed thumbnails.
I don't know.
I don't know what that is, buddy. Mike, it's not me. I'm not doing anything. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. We ready to go? I know you're kidding, Terry. Come on, Terry. I've grown up a little bit. I've become a little bit more of a mature man, and the thin skin is gone. That was gone in the first year. Honestly, it's gone in the first 3 months. All right. Are we ready yet?
Just go. And I'll just put them in as we go.
I think people can wait. Okay, let's go. All right. So I'm not sure if you guys understand, but the ICE officer. Okay, so let me explain who was filming and all this. Like Debbie Hensley donated $25. Thanks, Deb. No feet pics. Stop it. Position of car. Car's here. And you have driver and you have passenger. Passenger wasn't in. The person who was wearing the snow cap, that person was the lesbian lover of the driver. Jeff Oliphant donated $25. More of a donation than entry. I'd be shocked if I win. Jeff, don't ever say that. You could win. We love you. $25 in it to win it, Jeff. And you've been helping us out a long time. I best of luck to you. So then you have 2 ICE officers. One works the door and one is sitting behind, like right in front of the truck. Then you have ICE officer on the right side, driver's view, and that is the officer who did the shooting. In self-defense, mind you. Tommy Cawthon, $25.90. Let's have a good night, guys. I can tell we're already in it. Tommy is in it to win it. Wants that jacket. $25 jacket night. And then you had the lesbian lover. Okay, so you're going to hear some things in this video. You're going to see some things. Lois Bentley, $25 in it to win it. Okay. So you're gonna see this video, and you're gonna. I don't want you to watch as much as I want you to hear, because this is the officer who did the shooting. Frank Wood, $25. Love y'all. We love you too, Frankie. In it to win it. And this is the officer's video before he put down and fired his weapon. So you're not going to see the shot, which is good because we don't want to get copyright struck. Now, I also have to tell you this is from Alpha News. Alpha News has copyright protection on this video, and they already made me take it down once. And if they do again, I'm wondering why you're not doing it on the bigger accounts, because I see you're not doing that, brah. I reached out to him. I asked permission. I'm going to make commentary, and I think he'll leave it alone. Let's hope so. But go to Alpha News and follow @Alpha News on X and Twitter. They're actually really good. I followed them, and I've done it for years. Okay. So I want you to listen. So if you have a pair of headphones, put them in. If you're hard of hearing, turn it up. And make sure you go ahead and do that, please. Because if you don't, you're not going to hear it. I love that you can't get on Facebook. Wonder why? Makes it so easy to find you. Sorry, it's one of our local trolls. He came back. He can't even spell defense. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to watch the video. Here it is in all of its entirety. We're going to watch it once, and then I'm going to break it down. Here it is. First thing I was going to watch it first, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
Change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa! All right, so much to unpack. So much to unpack. The sounds. This is all I want you to hear. I don't care about the video. Listen to the sound. And there's only two things we should try to figure out. One is how many shots. And two, if there was impact from the vehicle and the officer, because that is going to tell a very large story based upon what did and did not happen from a threat level. So we're going to go to that spot right before, and then we're going to watch the rest. I'm going to tell you all the things that happened. Besides the Butch, I'm a veteran, and I haven't been able to actually find out if she was a veteran or not. I know that she allegedly put out cigarettes on her if I'm not mistaken, Jean's, what's her name? Renee. Renee's children's arms. And they took the kids and she stayed with the Butchie.
She took off without her in the car, right?
Yeah, don't go there. No, not there yet. We're listening. We're listening. We're not going to do that yet. Can't do that yet. We got to take this all at one time. So, and I also, is the dog okay? And I will tell you that it's my understanding the dog is okay. I don't.
A dog in the car?
Yes, there was a dog in the car. So, former veteran, bitch, you want to step to me or whatever she said. So I don't know if she was she said she's a disabled veteran. She seems to be moving okay for me, but that is that. Oops, you got to tell me quick. Who is it?
Sorry. John Francis. Love the show. 2728. Thanks so much.
Thanks, John. 2728. In it to win it. Wants a jacket. Everybody wants a jacket. I get it. The jackets are hot. All right. So I cannot find out if she's a former veteran or not. I know there's a Freedom of Information Act request, a full request, but you can't get DD-214s. That will come out sooner rather than later. It might be out now, but as of 5 o'clock today, I did not have it. Just call them out for me, babe.
Okay. Loretta Lewis for my New Year with my dumb family. Thank you so much.
Loretta, we love you to death. Thank you. She's in it to win it. All right. So we're listening. We hear her say she's a veteran, and then I want you to listen to the car. Was there impact? And then we'll listen to shots. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and then we're going to listen for some other things. But right now we're just looking at it from officer's perspective. Okay? Let's listen. Listen for contact. Don't listen at the engine. Don't listen for shots. Don't listen for dogs. Don't listen for other people saying. Just listen to the points I'm telling you to listen to, please. Here we go. Whoa! Okay. Let's listen to that again. Whoa!
Get out of the car.
Whoa! 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 Okay. You hear what sounds to be metal, leather belt, vest, clothing hitting a vehicle. It's got that thud. It's got that hitting the hood of a car sound. We've all done it with basketballs, or we've all done it when we close our hood. You can hear the metal tinny sound, right?
Yes.
And then you hear a consecutive shots, and you hear primary, then you hear the report of what appears to be echo. And you hear those shots that we assume. Let's make sure we can hear the difference between the Christine Clark, in it to win it, 2625, wants the jacket. Let's listen to this again, and let's listen for impact versus shots. Let's go and count. Everyone listen.
Yes,
I'm
listening.
Here we go. Whoa!
I hear 2 shots, 1 impact.
It's 3. So
Really? Okay.
it is mixed in with you're going to hear, right?
Yeah.
And that's not even, doesn't sound anything like that. But I want you to listen to it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Get out of the fucking car.
That was 1 shot right there.
No, that was impact and shot. Listen again. It's almost like boom, boom. And that's car shot. Listen to it again. 1, 2. So you hear boom, impact on car. I could show you in a sound profile and I could import this. And then you guys would, you know what, I might as well have to do that just to prove it to everybody. But you'll hear, I do this a long time. I listen to audio all the time. But you'll hear the car impact him, because that's exactly what it sounds like. And then you hear the report from the fire. Then you hear 2 more. And if you space it out and watch the other video, they will sync. Remember, first shot, then she drove a little bit and he shot at her in the side. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's that little microsecond, half a second or whatever it was to get past him. Let's listen to it one more time and listen to this out. We're breaking this whole thing down tonight. Listen. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's one more time. Just listen. So 3 shots, hits roof. So it's crack, 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 crack. Did you hear that?
Yeah. So it was, the thud was the car hitting him.
Yes. Yeah, here it is. Or brushing him or causing enough impact to reverberate through his stuff and the mic to pick it up.
Yep.
Brandy Griffin donated $50. She's in it to win it.
That's new, I think.
Brandy Griffin sounds new to me. I like the name. I like Griffin. That's a great name. Congratulations. We like it. There's a couple new people. We just got another one from new. All right, here we go. Listen.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Boom. That's it. That's 3 shots. So 3 shots. And I when I heard first report from the other angle of the video, I thought there was 2. But that makes sense because I was anticipating that the bump or the impact of the vehicle, the slight impact, whatever it was a shot. But this sounds like first is impact, crunching. It could be ice, right. It could be crunching of ice, even though she was over the ice, but that could be the back tires. But it is brushing against. You can hear the difference in the sound profile. There is crunching of ice, but there is a sound of a thunk. It's a low decibel. It's like 20 dB. It's on the baseline. Now, women will have a harder time who are older, will have a harder time hearing it. Men should be able to hear it no problem. Men have no problem in the lower range. In the 20 dB, when they get older, it's women who lose the lower range. Men lose the higher range, which is a higher pitch, 100 megahertz, 120 megahertz. So the older gentlemen should be able to hear the bass in this. Women will struggle with it if they're a little older. Here, listen again. Okay. So now we know that the vehicle made contact. We have video evidence that it, but sound-wise, does the sound match the video? Yes, it does. Okay, great. Now that we've done that. So let's go back and fast forward this. Another donation. Somebody wants a jacket. Who is it? Deirdre Daly. Deirdre Daly. Is it Daly or Dally? We always have this conversation.
I think it's Daly.
I love her. $25. Happy Friday. Plus she's smoking hot. Just saying. I've seen the pictures. She's smoking. Deirdre, $25 and jacket. You should. She was Raquel Welch when she was younger. Did you know this?
Yeah, she did look like Raquel Welch.
Holy moly! Tim Liebert, that's new. $51.99. Tim, thanks, bud. God, thanks all these new people. This is great. Nice to see the show growing. All right, so let's listen to the rest. Let's listen and see what we see. All right, first of all, this is a Honda Pilot. And this is
it's an older
Honda Pilot. Yep, we have a Honda Pilot. We should know. Not too much older, but it's older. Chuck, $50 in it to win it for a jacket. He wants 2. Him and his wife. He wants one. Here's the puppy. Beautiful puppy. Liv. Puppy.
Oh, I didn't even see the dog before.
Yep.
Black Lab, it looks like.
Yep. Barry says that's why I had a crush on Deirdre. I completely understand. All right, so we're not going to listen. We're going to look, and we're going to see driver. Hands are not on the wheel at this point. That's something they're not at 10 and 2. She might be holding them low, but they're absolutely 100%. Now they go, look at, she slides them up and she reverses. And look where her tires are, see? Okay, so she goes and reverses, and then she leans out the window, straightens out the wheel a little bit, but leaves it right there. And this is where we pick up the video, right? Now, we want to look at the ground. Was it really icy? Not too bad. Wet, yes.
But
icy.
it did look like there was ice under the front tire.
Yeah, but that was wetness.
From the other
and that's
video.
also sheen and reflection. We don't know. But we're looking at it right now, and you can see that it looks a little wet, possibly icy. All right, but that doesn't change anything. Back tires don't matter in this because this isn't an all-wheel. It's a front-wheel drive. It's not an all-wheel drive. That's correct. And she says something. Let's find out what she says. Here it is. Well, let's listen from the beginning. We'll pull out all the sound. First thing you hear, what did you hear?
I hear sirens and then him getting out of his car.
More importantly, you missed something.
What?
You missed something, guys. Watch. Listen, this is really important to the case for the officer. Listen. What did you just hear?
Honking.
Honking. And where's the honking coming from based upon your spatial sound awareness?
Like
it's over here.
Yeah.
So it's over in front of her car, which means what just took place? Means somebody went by honking the horn saying, get the f out of the way. So she's obstructing traffic. Now, if we remember correctly, that was the first ICE vehicle that she supposedly waved on. But there was communication, number one, to get out of the way. You are obstructing traffic. Move. We're an officer of the law. It's like flashing your lights or turning on your siren. He's honking his horn. It's an officer. They're saying, get out of the way. First warning was given, and she did not do anything about it. Remember that. Let's listen. Somebody shouts something, female, somewhere. We think it's that other lady, something about...
From the video, yeah.
That we don't know, but let's listen, see if we can discern it. Don't care. We hear other things. Now we hear...
Another siren.
A siren and a squawk on one of the multiple ICE vehicles saying, get out of the way. A second warning. Second warning. Get out of the way. You're obstructing traffic. We're trying to get through, and you are blocking a roadway. All right, let's continue to listen. Cops are not coming to the scene. Remember, the police department, sheriff, staties, and city refuse to dispatch their officers to support ICE in this state. So these are ICE officers who are warning her, get out of the way. And they may be DHS or some other form. But when they have conflicts or problems, the city and the state police do not show up. That it was made very, very clear, said by Waltz and Fry, that they don't get the support. And Bovino, who was on today, which we have a video of, also made it extremely clear that they don't get the support. Bovino, Greg Bovino, border commander. So there's your sound there. Let's listen to the rest.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Now, is that aggressive? No, but it's condescending. We know it is. Okay? First of all, you call an officer dude. Second of all, your windows rolled down. I'm fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Remember this.
Why would she be mad at him?
Well, we know why, because everyone who protests against him supposedly is. But she's like, I'm fine. I'm not mad at you. Okay, great. That doesn't matter, because your words do not match your actions, which we're going to find out shortly. Here it is.
Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't care.
Okay, she says, I'm not mad at you. Still. And then lesbian butch boy says...
Show your face.
Show your face. And is recording. And yes, I'm calling her lesbian butch boy. And I really don't care if anyone cares or not, because I'm done being apologetic to these wankers. Here it is.
Change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us.
Okay, we don't change our plates every morning as you do. They don't change them every morning. What they do is that they rent vehicles to do their job. This plate is...
Somebody said Wisconsin.
Yeah, but let's find out, right? I mean, I trust everybody, but I trust but verify. It's Missouri. Ha ha! I win. This is why I trust and verify. So let me make sure I get this straight. She was from Colorado, moved to Canada with her lesbian lover, fled Trump, came back and was in Minnesota with a Missouri vehicle with May 2026 tags. How long's registration? Is it annual, Liv?
It depends
Just
on the
give me an idea.
Usually it's annual, but depends on the state. Like Virginia, you can do 2 years.
Can
if
you look,
want.
please? Find
Yeah,
out
in
what is
Missouri.
the length of registration in Missouri. I got questions. She's driving a Missouri vehicle, lives in Minnesota, was in Canada. So when did she register this vehicle, and whose vehicle is this? It's just a question because it's a good one.
1 or 2 years.
One
depends.
or 2 years. So at the very worst case, they registered this thing in May of 2024 or May of 2025.
Yes.
Fair?
Yes.
It was reported that they were changing plates. Okay, so they're changing plates. But they also change vehicles. So here's the question. Where's how close is Missouri to Minnesota? I know the answer to that. It ain't too close.
I don't know.
1,500 miles? Minnesota to Missouri? 1,200 miles? Liv's going to find out. Usually 2 years for registration in Missouri. Okay. Livia's looking it up.
I'm trying.
Take your time. We're fine. We're doing great. Oh my God, would you hurry up? All right, so while we'll find this out.
Here, I'll put this in while we're finding out.
Okay. Livia's putting another one in.
716 miles,
Okay.
about a 12-hour drive.
Brian Hayek donated $40 here to support you all. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Brian.
Brian Hayek.
I said that.
I thought you said Haig.
No, Hayek.
Oh.
Hayek. Hey,
I wonder if any relation to Selma Hayek.
So here's the thing. There's Wyoming sticker on here. There's the sand ruins on here. Martinsburg, maybe. Now the question is this a rental car?
I highly doubt
No,
it's a rental
it's
car.
not. It
with
says
all
CarMax.
Well, CarMax is not a rental place. It's a place you buy a car.
I said it's not.
Oh, okay.
I'm agreeing. We bought a car from CarMax.
Yes,
I know,
that.
honey.
But no rental agency is going to have stickers on their car.
Well, yeah. And then is that Rolling Stones up at the top there? Or is that Ohio State something? Let's find out. It looks like a Wendy's something. I don't know. It's a weird shit. Okay.
I don't know.
This seems like a personally owned vehicle. It says Pilot. It says CarMax. CarMax is a sales place, high interest sales place. So now we know that this vehicle is from Missouri. Who lived in Missouri? Not as far as you think? Okay. Well, it's almost 800 miles. That's pretty far. Okay, so it's not a rental. There's also no rental. The VIN over here is not on the window. So this doesn't scream rental to me. So now we need to find out and do a little history. And maybe when I start digging on the lesbian partner, I can find out if she lived in Missouri. But either way, they have a car that's from Missouri that's not registered in the state that they're in. That's interesting. Just something to think about. Here we go.
That's fine, dude.
Whoa. Another warning. While we were listening to her say that's fine, we've got another warning with sirens saying get the hell out of the way.
I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later.
All right, so the ICE officers changed their plates. Thanks for telling me. I didn't know that. Stupid, but whatever.
That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran.
So here's the thing. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran, U.S. veteran. There's no veteran on the planet that I've ever heard say the following words. I'm a former U.S. veteran. That is the dumbest thing in the world. Veterans don't talk that way. It's like saying I was a former Marine. I was formerly from California. So you just don't hear veterans refer themselves. They say I was formerly in the military. I was formerly in the Army or Navy, but I'm a former veteran. Just interesting terminology. It's just a cue.
You want to come at us?
Arctic Mule says Renee Good was from Colorado, lived in Missouri. Right, but I'm trying to figure out when, right? Because she went to Canada for a while too, right? She left when Trump was elected. So she's been in Canada for a better part of almost a year. Could have registered 2 years. But like, trying to find out all these things, right? These little things. But thank you for the information. Thank you for the information. That helps out very, very much. Brian says, Salma, my ex-wife got rid of hers because she's ugly and poor. And I'm an idiot. It's all right. She remarried down some prince or something. Agree, no such thing. If you are a veteran, you serve, right? You're always a veteran, right? Yep. Thank you for the information, Arctic. Appreciate you. Yeah, because I haven't looked into either of them and where they live. Okay, let's listen to the rest.
You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
All right, so the way this person's standing is she's squaring off, right? Now, you're kind of like, she's got 1 foot forward. She's kind of stepping to him. And this woman obviously thinks she's a dude. She obviously is the person who pitches in the relationship.
Yes, apparently.
And she makes a subtle innuendo about his weight. And he's not fat. The man's got more tactical gear on. He's a big man, but whatever. You know what? Who gives a shit, lady? I promise you, if you take off those clothes, you look like a wet frickin' puff pastry. So give it a break.
Get out of the car. Get out of the
Get out of the car. The first warning. Here we go again.
Go ahead.
Get out of the car. Not the first warning, even though everyone says that was the first warning. And that she's getting confusing messages. No, she's not. She's gotten 4 sirens, multiple honks, and now she has 2 very clear directives. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. You have been issued an order. Right now, you should turn the car off. You should put it in park. You should turn off the engine, all those things, and get out of the car with your hands up, out the window, and ask the officer, how would you like me to proceed? That's what you should have done, but you didn't do. And I'll tell you why she didn't do it in a second. Listen to the rest.
Get out of the fucking car.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Emphatically using a transitive verb at that point, I believe. Good stuff. Let's go.
Get out of the car.
Whoa! Oh, we heard some things. Now, there's a lot that goes before this context, so let's break this down and listen to it.
Out of the car.
Who told her to drive? Drive, Gene, drive.
I thought
Renee.
I heard drive, baby, drive.
Yeah,
That's
drive,
why.
baby, drive, drive. I don't know. I only heard. Let's listen.
Get out of the car.
Drive, baby, drive.
Could be Rennie, baby, Renee. Baby sounds right to me. Drive, baby, drive. You just got an order to drive off. And everyone's saying it's the officer telling her to drive. Of course, that was Jessica Tarloff that came up with that beautiful nugget. God, I'm glad she's hot. She'll be fine in life. So listen to this. Now, really listen to this, because what you're going to hear and see is you're going to put it all together, and you're going to see this video in a different light. Watch.
Get out of the car.
Drive, baby, drive.
Drive,
Drive.
Drive, baby, drive, drive. And then, whoa! Okay. Did the drive, baby, drive start before or after
Let's find out.
with the car engine? Did she rev the engine before her lover told her to drive? This is important because they're going to break this shit down.
And see if she's complicit.
And see if she's complicit. Watch.
Get out of the car.
Okay, play it one more time. I'm closing my eyes.
Right when she said it.
Out of the car.
I have a hard time hearing the engine rev.
Listen to the tires squeal.
Okay.
Then. Listen.
Get out of the car.
It was before, I think.
It was before.
It sounds like it. I heard drive, baby, and then when I heard the tires. So she told her to drive.
And remember this, what's the most important thing that you saw, folks? This is where you learn how I do these things. Look at me. Don't do anything else. Just watch. Just listen. What did we see before we started listening that we found important?
What did we see?
What did we see?
Well, we saw the officer recording. We saw the lover also recording.
Saw the most important thing that was a concern to you and everyone else, but doesn't understand why that's important. What did you see that was so important that you were worried about and all
that she did hit him?
No. Something more important that was in the back seat.
The dog is alive.
That we saw the dog. Was the window up or was the window down?
Window was down.
Don't you think that's important when she's saying drive, baby, drive? That means she can hear her. And when they go ahead and indict this bitch, it's going to be because of that. And the prosecutor's going to say, the defense is going to say, well, she didn't hear her. There's no way she heard her. It says the window's open. We have a dog sitting in the window. And I guarantee she heard her say, drive, baby, drive.
Because she yelled at
her. And she was only there because of her, because her lesbian lover is out here crying and whining. I shouldn't have ever brought her. I made her go.
So she just basically dug her own grave right there.
Not only dug her own grave, but now she's trying to play, I should never have brought her there. She's trying to play the victim mentality. I guarantee she's going to lawyer up. But I promise you, they're going to say, well, she couldn't hear that command. Yes, she could have, because as we found out in the beginning of the video, the window was down.
Yep.
That is how I do what I do. Terry King donated $25 in it to win it for my birthday month. Oh, Terry, come on, Terry.
What I don't understand.
Hold on.
Are we still on this?
Oh, we're going to be on this for a second.
Okay.
Who would have thunk that that puppy plays such an integral part in what took place?
I feel so sad for that puppy because, I mean, he doesn't know anything and just lost one of his owners. What happened to Sue? I don't know. I haven't been watching. And the fact he was probably scared of everything that was going on.
Oh, Sue, I am so sorry. Marine Corps veteran.
Oh.
Semper Fi, and I'm so sorry. It sucks. I apologize. Some people might say, well, wait a second. The driver's side window was open. We know that. We saw that in the first video. Yes, but they could always say that sound doesn't travel that way or blah, 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 or the sirens drowned it out. This, I promise you, was heard. Because if you look at her position, it also plays an integral part into this, is that she was literally positioned, as we know from the video, her hand was on the passenger door. So you know she heard her. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
When you come talk to us later. Get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car.
That's how you know. Because remember, she reverses and then pulls forward.
Get out of the car.
Right there. Drive, baby, drive, drive. And what does she do? She steps on the gas. Now, she had all intention of driving anyway. All right, so now let's see if we can find anything else in this video because there's so much in here. We're going to watch it, and then Olivia has a question.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car.
See, I'm under the mind that if a woman calls you out to fight, no, I'm kidding.
Out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa! And then he calls her, pardon my language, a fucking bitch. And I'm sorry, she is one. And I don't care because I will tell you the same reason I wasn't upset with Richard Sherman. I believe that's what his name was. From
here, I'll put in another one so it reloads.
Yeah. Thank you.
There we go.
Richard Sherman, I think is what his name was, from the Seattle Seahawks. Jennifer McCarver donated 50. Happy Red Friday. Love you guys. Thank you. Folks, we love you. We appreciate you. First jacket is qualified. We're $200 away from a second jacket giveaway. We've already given away one. We hit $1,000. We do 2 jackets, $1,500. We do 3. We just keep going and going and going and going. So the only other thing I want to say is when you look at Sherman, he said something after the Super Bowl and did a throat slash or was cussing and screaming and people are like, God, what a horrible human being.
I remember that.
And he's such a thug. And I'm like, first of all, that thug is educated, Ivy League, and super intelligent. And like, he is. He's an asshole, but he's super intelligent. But when you're in the heat of the moment and adrenaline's going, and he almost got killed by her, the fact that he said bitch showed some restraint, because I probably would have dropped the C word. He was almost killed. We know this happened to him months ago, where he was dragged in a vehicle. I'm sorry. If your biggest concern is that this guy had animus after the fact, he could have unloaded his magazine into her. He fired one shot, and when the vehicle kept moving, he finished the job. I understand where people are coming from, but he did not hit any of, he had multiple flag incidences where he could have flagged the passenger, the lesbian passenger, could have flagged the other ICE agent, could have flagged the dog, could have flagged the innocent bystander who wasn't so innocent, who was also a BITCH, who was across the street, who said, what? What'd you do? What'd you do that for? This officer was in control of his faculties. He had the account. He pulled and made the shot. He had a shot selection, and he took it. This person is a serial activist. They have been doing this. They're professionals at it. She was a ICE warrior. We're going to talk about that more later, but Liv, love to get your thoughts, and then we can expand.
Well, it's definitely very in-depth and shines a lot of light on the situation to break it down. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand with these women and a lot of the liberal women is they're my age or older.
Yeah.
What happened to common sense?
Yeah.
We were raised in the age of you drank from the hoses. We got spanked as kids. Parents kicked us out of the house and we were there to fend ourselves. You went to the closest house for lunch. You hurt yourself. You went to the closest house and they patched you up and sent you on your way. There was no freaking bike helmets. There was honestly barely any seatbelts. I mean, we were raised that way and it made us who we are. And we are supposed to be a tough generation. We're not idiots. We're not all about DEI and everyone gets a trophy. And that's the millennials and Gen Z. Okay. Where's the common sense in these women? They're older than me. What the hell happened to them to make them think this way and to make them go, wait a second. Why is somebody, we were raised that police were to be respected and feared, and you never disrespected a police officer, ever. You never disrespected the law. We were taught that in school. We were taught that by our parents. What happened to the common sense of what they were taught when they were younger?
Right. No, well, because as the MTV generation will tell you, you cannot compete with 16 hours of MTV all day over the summer and expect not to lose your children. Remember, that was the worry.
Yes.
And TV would rot your brain. Video games would rot your brain. Well, these kids spend more time with their friends and their teachers than they ever do with us. We get them for 1 hour a night, maybe glancing across the table with a glossy-eyed look so that they're trying to catch a reflection of their phone and what their friends are saying. You can't compete with that unless you force it, which we do.
I'm talking about these women.
That's my point. They've been indoctrinated. The worry that we had when the grandmothers had about these children, they were indoctrinated at college campuses and schools. And honey, this has been around. It just wasn't as large as it is now.
And it was prevalent because there was no internet back
right.
then.
But the Vietnam War had people who were just as stupid as these people. The nuclear reactors that we had going around the United States, they were doing shit like this. They did this over Reagan. They did this over Libya. We had people protesting. We're going to find Code Pink, who's done this in support of Russia, in support of Syria and Iran. Dumb people have always been around. It's just extenuated now because everyone has a news station in their pocket. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they can produce and consume at the same rate and same level. That's my point.
Got it.
Minneapolis schools closed for the rest of the year, online schooling. I don't know what that means.
Hoping this is my time to win would be a great birthday month gift to myself. Mr. Holidays, thank you so much.
Come on, Maddie, win it. I don't know about Minnesota schools closing. I don't know anything about that. People said it right, brainwashing. But some of these people are paid. But there's always been idiots. Now it's larger, it's bigger. There's 340 million people in the U.S. This is it. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that lady was not raised with the following. Yeah, well, the home. Yeah, the home life was probably a wreck. Anyway, I wanted to show that to you guys. I thought it was a good thing to break down. And hopefully it helps you understand that the question is this. Did the officer have the right to use lethal force in this situation? Yes. That's it. She was issued a command. He was in the path of the vehicle. She turned to get into him. Whether she saw him there or not, we know she did. Now, the defense is going to be that her eyes were drawn to the camera of the man going around her car, and she was distracted. Now, because remember, he went all the way around and was at the bumper. He was trying to get the entirety of the vehicle. That's what he was doing. He's doing a 360 sweep of the vehicle. And when he returned to his finishing point, which was his starting point, that is when she made the turn into him and gunned it. This is the issue.
I do have a question.
Yeah. I got to read what Renee said. Renee says, wearing my new red hoodie and loving it. I don't want to take it off. Renee means reborn in French. I'm excited that you love your hoodie. That's amazing. Awesome. Go ahead.
Considering that these are federal officers, is this going to be a federal case or
if the state case? If the state doesn't do its... well, here's the thing. So I put this meme out today also, which Jacob Fry says, we will not help, or I mean, it's not Jacob Fry, whatever.
Mr. Fry.
Mr. Fry, the mayor. I don't even want to give him Mr. Dipshit Dinkeldork Fry, said, no matter the situation, we will not support and help ICE, DHS, Border Patrol. If they're inside our state and they call the local sheriff or the local state patrol, we will not go out and help them, even in an emergency. And we know this because they have called repeatedly to have the local police come and monitor these people, and they will not get any assistance. But today, Fry says, we expect the FBI, DHS, and ICE to cooperate fully with our state investigation. And fuck you. Fuck you. No, you're not getting any of this. This is federal. You want to prosecute? Then do it at the federal level. I look at it this way. In no way, shape, or form should DHS, ICE, or the FBI, or anyone else help them in this investigation. No. That if they don't want to help and be partners, there's nothing that they can fill out an interagency request and it will be subsequently denied. Fill out the request and we'll file it in the proper place, which is in the trash can. I wouldn't help these bastards at all. I was like, you want us to play nice with you now after you almost get one of our agents killed? You have other people who are attacking agents all over the United States and you're stoking the fires? You're telling us to F off, you're calling us Nazis and Gestapo, and you expect us to help you? Pound sand. This would be a federal matter, but a state investigation normally, because a murder took place. In their eyes, you have to treat every killing as whether accidental or intentional. They have to deem this as a shooting, and they have to find the viability of it. And there's enough evidence, then they can go ahead and charge at the state level, but not if they don't have everything that they need to do the investigation, because the federal government is in my opinion, in no way, shape, or form should they assist in this process. Now, do I think they did something wrong? No. Do I think that they will make a case out of this? Here's the argument. This is the argument. Lady was distracted by the other officer, didn't see the officer come around to the front of her car. She tried to resist arrest. Yes, this is true. She tried to flee. Yes, she did. She listened to her lover who brought her here. She was naive to the ways of the world. She listened to her. She followed her to Canada. She was very much a controlling human being. She stepped on the gas and she went, not realizing the officer was there. And just as the officer didn't have enough time to react, she didn't have enough time to stop, and she was killed for it. That's going to be the defense. That will be the defense. And it doesn't hold up because you can't prove her intent. The officer doesn't have to. The officer only has to establish, was his life in danger? It was. And therefore, he had the right to go ahead and eliminate the threat. You have to prove her intent. You can't. She's dead. You can't get a statement from her. So that defense will not hold up in court.
Can anyone civilly sue the officer?
Yeah, the lady in the passenger is going to sue the shit out, trying to sue the shit out of him for a wrongful death suit. And the federal government will settle and give her check and tell her to shut up and go pence and she can buy dildos and YMCA tickets.
Settle though.
Because why would they go ahead and pay millions of dollars and spend years dragging this out in court? Just get a settlement and give it to her and tell her to shut up. It's a civil suit. Civil suits, the preponderance of evidence is a microcosm to a criminal trial. So the chances of her winning are like 75% just by filing. I mean, this is what happens in civil court. So just listen, she already has like $1.5 million raised from GoFundMe. I don't think money is going to be that big of a deal. And she's not going to have a hard time finding a blood-sucking lawyer and give him all the money in the world to take them to court. She's going to say
she's
wrong.
Also going to have a book deal.
Yeah, book deal.
Movie.
She'll be put on CNN. They'll do all of it. Yep. That's it. Come on. You know what they're going to do. Yes, and Carrie says we already know what the state outcome is going to be. Right. Like we should trust Minnesota to handle something without doing it through fraud. No, they got enough to worry about. This is only because of the fraud in Minnesota. If this was a black woman, if this was a white woman killed by an illegal, we wouldn't be hearing anything about it. The only reason is because it was an ICE agent. We know. Brandy Murphy says blood money. Yep.
Hi, Brandy.
Can anyone civilly sue the officer? No, because the state union would take over. Understand this: the federal, they have protection. They don't have immunity like Trump said. They may have immunity from federal prosecution because the administration decides that, and DOJ decides that. But civilly, she can sue the officer, but it will go through the department's insurance and the precinct's insurance and everything else, unless there was a wrongdoing, unless he was found guilty and did something wrong and they released him, suspended him, and found in their own investigation that he was criminally liable and released him, well, then he's on his own. But the ICE will stand right up to him for that reason.
Mel said Crump and Sharpton are on the case. Of course they are.
Of course they are.
Why wouldn't they be?
Of course, this is going to stoke the fires for the Summer of Love Part 2. They want to burn this shit down. Of course they do. Like, history repeats itself, folks. Just stick around and find out. 173 people watching. Good to see everybody. $25 gets you in it to win it. A new, lovely, beautiful jacket.
Show the picture of the jacket. Also, you have a football question. I know it's totally off topic.
In a second.
Football question.
In it to win it. $25 donation. Enter to win. Gets you the new Dumb Show jacket.
The idea was my design.
She designed collegiate-based jacket, or the old Dumb Nation jacket, which is just as good as people were trying to win for quite a while. Both are available for your choice. 1 entry per person. Monday drawing, which is going to be Monday, and all entries are entered in the end of the year huge giveaway. This year will be bigger than last year because
we're going to have 12 months worth.
We have a full
entries.
year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome. So $25 donation. If we get $1,000, we do 2 jackets. 2 giveaways, better chance to win. So all you need to do is get in there. What about her? Can she be charged? Sure. So there's a couple of things that she could be charged with. Obstruction of justice, incitement, possibly, maybe, assault, possibly. Either by her words towards the officer of stepping up and threatening him to get to, or by her inciting and telling the person to flee. She will definitely be an accomplice in evading arrest and failure to comply with an officer's commands. Like, there's plenty of things she can be charged with. The question is, will they? The window was open. She gave clear instruction, and she was the man in the relationship, is my understanding. Make sense? All right. Maureen, I believe that did we have people who overgave, Mom?
We've had a couple, yes.
We'll put in Maureen's. Put her in. We'll take care of it.
Which Maureen?
Maureen Flood. Said, I wish I had the money to donate to possibly win the jacket. All right. So let's go. We got other stuff. We got a whole packed show to do.
By the way, Brandy Griffin is Brandy Murphy.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's Brandy Murphy.
Well, she's always going to be Brandy Murphy.
Yeah, she's not Brandy Griffin. But
she's
that was Brandy Griffin.
Yes.
I like the name. It fits her.
Yes.
She is kind of a Hufflepuff, though.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Brandy was always a Hufflepuff.
No, Brandy was not a Hufflepuff.
She thought that Jupiter was going to be, or Saturn was going to be the size of the moon in our view.
Brandy's gonna have to call in.
She's like, I'm an astronomer.
No, she wanted to be the meteorologist.
I know, but she's like, Saturn is supposed to be the size of our moon, and I'm like, if it's the size of our moon, we're all going to die. No, it's an optical illusion. I said, I don't care how much of an optical illusion it is. If Saturn is in our orbit, we're all fucking toast. Like 3 planets are all going to die. 4, actually. So she may remember that.
She probably will. She's probably laughing right now.
All right. Let's get to the rest. We got a big show. Border Commander Greg Bovino. All you need to do is go to thedumbshow.com/donate. If you want to donate $25 to get you in for the jacket, you can. We're going to talk about it through the rest of the night. But this is Commander Greg Bovino, and Olivia and I were just laughing. You really need to settle down, meteorologist jerk. Not the one that said that Saturn was going to be the size of the moon in our... Just saying.
Oh, I miss you, Brandy.
Oh, I love Brandy. Brandy's awesome. Hey, Matt, did they get their cell phones? Listen, they would have collected everything that was in the vehicle that the lady who died, Renee, they would get all of her phone, property, everything else.
What about the other one?
Probably not. She didn't commit a crime. At least now. She could be charged posthumously, but it would have been done already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to be charged. I think if she makes a stink and tries a civil case, they'll lean on her a little bit. Dom Izzo has lost his way. He's been all over the place with the Minnesota. Dom Izzo, listen, if it's cops, they're always wrong. That's Dom Izzo. He's jaded. He's pissed off. The guy's got like nipple rings now and fucking, I don't know. Dom is Dom. Whatever. His shit is just, I don't know. Dom's Dom. Dom's always went to the beat of his own drummer. And I was on a show one time where he wanted to talk about cops and he didn't let me get a fucking word in. So he's got his thing. He's got a hard on for cops and that's just his thing and good for him. Every cop is stupid. Nobody does the right job. Nobody does it well. And if they do it well, they're meek and they're soft. And Terry King donated $25. This is one of my birthday months.
This one is for
my birthday month sister, Darla Hurst. Thank you so much, Terry. All right, we got to go. We got so many to do. All right, so this is Border Commander Greg Bovino. Just listen to this. This is an exchange with a representative, and Mr. Bovino just crushes this lady. Listen to this.
Kids have a right to have this experience.
Yeah, for you cursing like the state representative, did your parents teach you that? Or where did you learn such foul language? Such a simple question. I'm asking you guys. Simple question there.
Yeah. Yes. Where did you learn how to
This ass clown. This guy, he says that this audio was better.
Oh, the other one was definitely better.
It's very interesting when we make our community safer. Your residents thank us, but you don't know that as a representative, do you?
Could you explain to me why are you not arresting criminals? Why are so few of the people that you have arrested and detained and deported people with criminal records?
They're all criminals. They've all crossed the border illegally.
Crossing the border illegally is a civil offense.
No, 18 U.S.C. 1325 illegal entry. That's a federal crime. Yes.
It's still considered civil immigration enforcement.
Jeez.
It's the PA in the background. Okay. Olivia and I were watching this, and the audio
was awesome.
It wasn't awesome. It was horrible.
Well, the other one was better.
No, that wasn't good at all either.
Oh, really?
They both sucked. But this is, holy God. How many people are going to rumble?
38.
Give me a second, folks. I'm going to download it.
Yeah, for you person like that, state representative.
Folks, I'm good at what I do. Give me 30 seconds. That's what she said. I said that to Olivia one time when we got married afterwards.
Learn how to
There it is.
Kids have a right to have this experience.
Yeah, for you cursing like the state representative, Sarah, did your parents teach you that? Or where did you learn such foul language? Such a simple question. I'm asking you guys. Simple question there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did you learn?
Learn how to, it's very interesting when we make our community safer. Your residents thank us, but you don't know that as a representative, do you?
Could you explain to me
why
are you not arresting criminals? Why are so few of the people that you have arrested and detained and deported people with criminal records?
They're all criminals. They've all crossed the border illegally.
Crossing the border illegally is a civil offense.
No, 18 U.S.C. 1325 illegal entry. That's a federal crime. Yes.
It's still considered civil immigration enforcement.
What she's trying to say is that it's an overall misdemeanor on first offense. It's still a misdemeanor, and the level of the misdemeanor can be dependent upon the intent and the way that the crossing took place. For instance, if you were trafficking children through the process, that misdemeanor would be stacked onto multiple felonies. If you had drugs in your possession, whatever you did, if you hijacked a car or shot somebody or stabbed somebody or threatened somebody, all of these things will give the misdemeanor a lesser charge, and then the other charges will be stacked on top of it. So that's bullshit. Second, if you do it twice, which a lot of these are replants and have gone out of our country and back in, it is a felony at that point. Saying it's civil is absolutely stupid. The process is through the civil courts. It's not a military tribunal. It's not a federal case. It's usually handled by the states. So her comment, she's looking it up, and ChatGPT is going to tell her the same thing I did, moron. She must be a meteorologist. Did you hear me, Brandy? A meteorologist.
Did you see Brandy's comment?
I want to speak to your manager. Answer, yeah, I'll want to speak to your mother for raising the bitch you are. Hey, Drew, nice to see you. Nice to see y'all. Won't be on too long. Wife gets home in an hour or so. Well, yeah, absolutely. Good to see you.
How is deporting construction workers protecting public safety?
Well, she found her answer. Didn't like it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She put her phone away.
Put her phone away.
Illegal aliens and criminals making America a safer place. The double-digit drops in crime. Have you looked at your statistics nationwide? Or you don't care about
Over
that?
the last,
Since we've been conducting, yes. Double-digit drops in crime.
correlation is not causation.
When we're there, that does.
Correlation equals causation. Okay. This is one of the dumbest fallacy arguments from liberals that I get all the time. Okay. Correlation equals doesn't equal causation. Could you please grab my watch upstairs? Thank you. Okay. So every single argument you make, let me give you an example. Correlation and causation. Olivia, I'm going to punch you in the stomach every single day for a year. And then you're going to pee blood, and ultimately you're going to surrender your life because you're essentially piss and blood. Your kidneys are completely shot. And then you say to me on your final breath, what do you say to me?
You're an asshole?
No, come on,
I don't know. I don't know what this is for.
You're dying because of what reason? Doctor comes in and says, Miss Spear, what happened? Why? Look at the condition you're in. You're going to die from this. What happened to you? Were you in an accident? Was it because you were in go-karts and
okay, I get you.
What did you do? And you're going to say what?
My husband punched me in the stomach.
Oh, Mrs. Spear. Correlation doesn't necessarily equate to causation. You understand?
Yes.
That's what liberals do.
I get it.
Because there could be another reason. You could have cirrhosis of the liver, or you could be an alcoholic. So what the doctor is saying is, even though that's probably 99.9% accurate, that I caused your death, he's going to be like, well, correlation doesn't equal causation. It's a way liberals go ahead and get around nuance, and they try to interject a very improbable situation taking place to go ahead and discredit what is scientifically or factually correct. Let me give you another example, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it. Abortion shouldn't be legal because abortion is murder. Because we've established that life begins at conception And scientific institutes, Heritage Scientific Institute, multiple institutes have decided that life begins at conception. Okay?
Okay.
So abortion shouldn't be legal. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I want you to give me the worst case scenario. And what about, and do a whataboutism and give me the worst case scenario to ask me if I believe it would be legal or not.
What about the 14-year-old girl that was molested by her father, raped by the neighbor, only has one leg?
Yep.
And also has
a penchant for buggery.
Also has lupus. And
she's black.
Possibly a brain tumor.
She's black. She's a black lesbian too.
Oh yeah, she's a black lesbian.
Jew. She's a black lesbian Jew.
Asian Jew.
Oh, a black lesbian Asian Jew without the math skills and can't drive. As bad as the Mexican. What if she gets pregnant? You have just given me the absolute. This is reverse of correlation. Doesn't equate to causation. This is the opposite side of giving me the most improbable situation to make an emotional reaction of me to devoid my logical argument.
Yes.
This is what liberals do. This is what they live for. They eat this shit up.
Unless Chuck says correlation,
right,
does not necessarily mean causation unless it's climate change.
Unless it's climate change, or unless it's racism, or unless it is to have a late-term abortion. So, right, this is not completely, everyone understands. Good. Here is the rest of the video.
Nationwide? Or you don't care about
Over
that?
the last,
Since we've been conducting kinds of, yes, double-digit drops in crime.
correlation is not causation.
When we're there, that does cause that. Then what causes it then?
Well, I don't know. I saw a
You
crime
don't know
recently, and the
exactly.
crime was ICE shooting
Exactly.
a woman
Mm-hmm.
who was a bystander.
Don't drive a 2,000-pound missile at an ICE agent. You won't have an outcome that you don't agree with, Representative.
Yeah, well, I thought that law enforcement was supposed to be trained in de-escalation.
And that is, they did. They
Shooting
did.
someone in the face because not de-escalation.
Wasn't the face, it was the head. He was going for the head, not the face. Although both would have been. No, I can't say that. I'll stop. I love how he's sitting here. And
That's your job.
I work with
Are you
OAN.
like the comms people?
No, I work with OAN.
Oh,
We love watching representatives use their First Amendment. I think it's fantastic.
well, I'm a former member of the ACLU of Minnesota board, and I believe in the First Amendment.
Good.
What about the Second Amendment? Believe in that one?
Don't have a strong.
You don't have just the ones that suit you there, Representative, right? What about that Second Amendment?
Well, I don't know if you heard, but we had a shooting in a school here in Minnesota recently, and a lot
What's
of
that got to do with the
little
Second
children
Amendment?
Well, I think that if we had some common sense
Love this guy.
gun violence prevention
Who gets to
laws.
say it's common sense? You?
Well, yes, I'm a legislator.
Exactly, and I think that's
I know one of his chief deputies who goes to the diner. I'm going to try to get. I would love this guy on the show.
He's awesome.
God, he's just genius. I love him.
Is it? Well, I think the problem is that
when
children are dying.
When you use that violent rhetoric around children, yeah, I'd say that you probably are not exercising a lot of common sense here, Representative.
I'm here as a volunteer for the Minnesota Youth in Government. And the point of Minnesota Youth in Government is to encourage children to participate in our civic institutions, to learn about them, to learn how to exercise their constitutional rights.
I do that. I do the same thing. I haven't interpreted anything, but I do the same thing. I take children to shooting ranges, and I teach them to shoot, to exercise their Second Amendment rights that it seems like you want to take away.
I don't have strong opinions about the Second Amendment. I just care about
Just the ones you
children's
want,
well-being.
right? And just those rights you think you need to care about.
Well, I
but
just
not the
want
second. That's always the
people
litmus test for you folks. Always the litmus test.
I just want people to be able to live in peace.
Me too. That Second Amendment does that.
Really? Well, all I've seen here in Minnesota is people dying, including children.
What about the lives that are saved by guns? You don't talk about that, do you?
Does anybody die from fentanyl? I'm just wondering because
This is dumb. No, it's. See, the difference between a conversation being dumb and you being dumb are two different things. The lines of delineation between them are leaps and bounds different. This woman has no reason to be a representative of anybody because her opinions aren't hers. Her opinions are mass media. And when confronted with facts, she retreats. So she tried to do it by deflecting and using fallacy arguments. Those didn't work. Then she tried to seem to be disinterested, but couldn't shut up and had to switch to a different topic. So she moved the goalposts. And then finally, when she has nothing else to retort, this is dumb. Why do they all look like the lesbian Thelma from Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo? I mean, seriously, every single one of these reps. I mean, where's her nose ring? Did you want to chime in on this, chick? Or are we done?
She's just... Yeah, she's got no right being a representative. She's just not very... There's not very much in between the ears up there. It's,
well, you know where she went to school?
I'm going to assume it's some liberal school.
She went to Harvard, and she was a meteorologist. Right, Brandy? So Olivia brought this story. Oh, we got another one. $900. Joseph Hillstrom, $50. Might as well win a jacket. By the way, getting the hell out of Minnesota soon, a.k.a. mini Somalia. Yeah, listen, dude, you called those things. I mean, you've been telling everybody, trying to tell everybody how bad it is there, and now it's like the whole state. I mean, I think Minnesota is kind of like going, holy shit, can we get a break? Funny thing is, this lady comes in, and she's like, Governor Walz isn't you know, he doesn't, or this is a Minneapolis problem, not a Minnesota problem. On my Tim Walz post where I said, you know, Tim Walz wants to call for civil war. I'm like, lady, he's not the governor of Minneapolis. He's the governor of Minnesota. And it most assuredly is a Tim Walz problem. Anyway, she sounds like a Klingon from Uranus. Klingons with a K. Right, but Klingon. I get the double entendre. It's very well done. It's beautifully said. I'm just going to give a win out to everybody. Everybody wins a prize, but only some people win the $25 entry to win a free jacket. And this is your chance. If you donate $25 to the Dumb Show, you have a chance to win a beautiful, beautiful jacket. Liv,
yes,
tell them all about it.
The beautiful jacket was my idea, by the way. Felt like a collegiate thing I wanted. So there you go. I'm not very good at this. I can't sell a pencil.
Do it, Vanna. Let's go. Perform, monkey.
Another itch on my nose.
One entry per person, Monday drawing, $25. All entries will be included in the end of the year giveaway. And you can get yourself the collegiate jacket, which was designed by my beautiful wife, or you can get the jacket from last year, which is the Dumb Nation jacket. Either one is up to you. Right now, we are giving away one jacket, but we're $100 away, which I have a sneaking suspicion we will hit, from giving away two jackets this time. All you got to do is donate $25. You are in it to win it, and we'll have a big lotto drawing on Monday. We would love to give away two jackets, so let's get there.
Patriot's like, if someone donates 1,000, you'll sing. You don't want to hear him sing.
I'll do anything for 1,000. Mike Roch subbed with
You're
Prime.
You're cheap there, aren't you?
Subbed with Prime on Twitch. I don't know what that means, Mike. You know so much about Twitch. I don't know anything about Twitch. I just still stream to it because we have it. You got to teach me about that. Maybe you and I can get on a phone and we can talk about it. If someone donates 1,000, he will sing. I'll do a lot for $1,000. Next is something Olivia found, which is very interesting. Olivia, tell us about this. You found this, and this is about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Code Pink. I mean, this, when I started digging, I was like, holy receipt value, because I found some things I don't think people have seen yet, and it's kind of making MTG look a little guilty. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, so it's coming out that if everyone remembers last September when Donald Trump went to some restaurant and this Code Pink, a bunch of female protesters came in and started yelling at him.
We showed it on the show. It was last September.
Yelling at him and stuff that you don't belong here, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's coming out that Marjorie Taylor Greene is the one who tipped off Code Pink that he was going to be there, as well as she was the one who recommended the restaurant to Donald Trump. It's coming out that she had contacted the White House several times to see where he was going to dinner or something along the lines of that.
Well, we've got the facts, so let's not speculate. That's close to what it was. Let's just get to the straight poop. So the relationship between President Trump and former Marjorie Taylor Greene grew so poisonous that the White House told the Secret Service that Greene may have tipped off Code Pink protesters about a surprise visit last fall to a D.C. restaurant she recommended. Two sources on Trump tells Axios. Now, we're not I don't do anonymous sources, like name the source. So even if this was a liberal newspaper, whether it's Axios or it's a right side paper like the Wire, Daily Wire, or the Blaze, if it's anonymous, I'm going to question it. But it is an interesting thing, considering that it is my understanding that MTG did recommend the restaurant to President Trump, but she responded to this. But this confrontation was huge. And why it matters, Trump aides view the Joe's Seafood debacle as a point of no return in his relationship with Green, a Trump ally turned critic who left office, said this week. So once again, I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is here's the video, and you can watch it in its entirety. I don't know if I'm going to give it to you the whole time, but here it is. He is literally the worst Hitler ever. He loves Jews.
I love how he's dancing.
Just because this makes me warm and fuzzy in all the right spots, James says, Matt called the MTG fraud a year ago. It's actually 3 years ago, but that's okay. Well, you're making an admission. I'm going to let you do it. I disagreed then. I'm a bit humbled now. Don't be. You know, it's hard to believe when you see things and the signs sometimes are right in front of you. But I've always been good. I'm not loyal to people. I'm loyal to the truth. And I think the great thing, James, is that you've become very astute, and a lot of listeners have, because they see things in a different light now. And if that's the one thing we can provide on this show, then great. Here's the rest.
What do you want your legacy to be? Let's go. Let's go. Time to 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 go. Free Palestine. Time to go.
Oh, they're fizzling out. So, Olivia, you get the second column. I'll read the first.
Okay.
This is Marjorie Taylor Greene responded on X. Why? Because, well, she's not a representative anymore. In fact, she's former representative, so she doesn't get the national spotlight. Nobody really wants to put her on TV, so she uses X. Here, and if you go into the comments, man, people are just trolling her, and I'm like, weren't all you people the ones that said you wanted her as vice president? Aren't you guys the one that said she was MAGA through and through? And there was some other guy that was telling you for 3 years that she was a POS. Oh, okay. This is exactly why I told this little White House tool that wrote this absurd, dangerous lie about me on behalf of the White House, because they are mad at me for telling the truth about the president and forcing the release of the Epstein files. Now they're making up horrific lies about me. Oh, victimhood. Code Pink was in the restaurant because the White House and Secret Service did not sweep Joe's, did not set up a metal detector and check everyone in the restaurant, and did not do any of their normal security protocols that do it at every public event he attends. Only the White House set up President Trump's reservations at Joe's, not me. I had zero knowledge of when his reservation was. The only people who could have tipped off Code Pink was the restaurant or the White House. Interesting thing is that you recommended the restaurant. She doesn't deny it, right? Mm-hmm. So that allegation seems to appear, at least she didn't deny that, because no lawyer wrote this. She wrote this basically probably when she was on the shitter. And with as much of frickin' protein as she eats, that pretty much is all the time. But she, and diuretics. So she then doesn't deny that, but then also when someone presents a solution of over-explaining themselves, it usually means that there is some responsibility. There's some culpability there. Dan Bongino talked about that today, of people over-explaining themselves. And the interesting thing is she doesn't deny recommending it, but if she was calling the White House and asking where Donald Trump was going to be, that also could explain why that took place and would give her a chance to, to give that information out to somebody once she acquired it. Most staffers, MTG was a very good friend, a few months ago to Donald Trump, but she have been talking this shit for at least a year. So I think Trump has been distancing himself from her. Mm-hmm. And again, why didn't Secret Service secure the restaurant before he went in with 17 question marks? This was in September when we had a great relationship. You were talking shit about him in September. Are you fucking kidding me, lady? 2 months before Trump attacked me and called me a traitor. And even now, I would never do what they are accusing me of. I would never, ever, ever do anything to endanger anyone. I'll be calling my attorney. This is an absolute lie, a dangerous lie. I would never do that. Number one, the president's team set his reservation. I had zero involvement or knowledge of his schedule. And when he would go to dinner there, the only thing I did was suggest the restaurant to him. Holy shit, here we go. The only thing I did is everything the article that said I did. And give him the phone number to his team. I believe I texted it to Natalie. They set it up on their own, and I never told me the date. Liv?
He went to Joe's in September, 2 months before he turned on me and attacked me. We had no ill will and a great relationship at this time. And even now, I would never do what you are accusing me of. I literally defended the president yesterday on The View.
No, she didn't.
They were attacking him about J6. No, you didn't. I do not have Medea Benjamin's phone number, and I do not have any contact with her. She used to stop by my office, as she stops by every office on Capitol Hill. The story you should be writing is, why didn't Secret Service sweep the restaurant? Why didn't they set up metal detectors and check every person at the door like they do at every single public event he attends? Why aren't you asking the White House those questions? And why did the president's team allow that to happen only a year after he was shot in Butler, Pennsylvania? Who at the restaurant could have leaked this reservation? Only the White House and Joe's had knowledge of the reservation. This is a dangerous false accusation against me that is 100% false. And you and Axios should never publish such a horrific lie. Okay. Anyone saying this is true is absolutely lying. So for starters, if you weren't there, how do you know they didn't sweep it? Second, did Trump show up before and was in the restaurant before they showed up?
And third, why didn't you get ahead of this story and ensure that when this happened to President Trump, that you unabashedly denied any involvement with them? Because I've got proof that you do have involvement with Code Pink. I also, it's the same way that I found the money that you received, over $145,000 from Kevin McCarthy, as you were in the Freedom Caucus, and when they voted to ouster him, you voted with Kevin McCarthy, even though Donald Trump asked you not to. So the interesting point is, you could have got ahead of this story. You could have condemned this group and said, I've had photographs of this group, or this group has solicited me in the past, and I recommended this restaurant, and nobody should do this to President Trump. You always take a moment to steal clicks and make yourself look better than you actually are. And self-aggrandizement was all of a sudden, what, an act of clarity for you? Because I've got these, lady, and you're full of shit. Here's you with Code Pink and Medea Benjamin in multiple pictures over multiple years, even when they were against Ukraine, and the t-shirts have changed to Palestine liberation. It's interesting that you say you're not very, very close, but in the pictures with Ukraine, it looks like is when you first met, when you first got into office about 4 years ago. No arms are around anybody. In fact, you're using a bullhorn to speak for them, and it looks like you were introduced that day. But within a few short years of you being in office, you are now wrapping arms around people and singing Kumbaya and wearing their keffiyehs around their neck. But it's not a keffiyeh, it's a scarf. Are you telling me that you didn't wear that scarf on the day that people are wearing terrorist PLO Liberation Army, terrorist group PLO garb and Hamas garb by wearing a keffiyeh? You're wearing a neck scarf that is black and a blouse that looks very similar to that pattern. My question is, do you really think that that's luck? Do you think that that just randomly took place? Or do you think that maybe subliminally you were trying to send a message to these women who, I'm going to find out how much money they gave you, because I have a good feeling they probably gave you some. And we'll look at your FEC filings and see what we find. But I think it's just very interesting that you are wearing something that resembles, at first glance, even in that picture, that you're all wearing keffiyehs. And it just happens to be that that's what you decided to wear on that blouse that day. Call me a conspiracy theorist. They are accused of siding with or defending authoritarian regimes. Code Pink leaders, including Medea Benjamin and Jody Evans, have publicly downplayed or dismissed human rights abuses by governments such as China, Iran, Venezuela, Russia, and Assad Syria, often framing criticisms of those regimes as Western propaganda. They've been criticized for echoing foreign propaganda narratives, especially regarding China. Code Pink has opposed sanctions on China, defending Beijing's positions on Xinjiang and Hong Kong, and accepted funding linked to pro-China entities, raising concerns about foreign influence and credibility. I'm not sure. And I don't have any proof, but wait, we're getting a caller. Yes, folks. Juicy Smollett has called in and says, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I believe you. You've got Juicy in your corner. That's the one person who will always be there for you. I believe what happened is that when Donald Trump accused you of this, he threw a Subway sandwich at you, a bottle of bleach, and a noose, and said, this is MAGA country, bitch. Get out. Juicy Smollett believes Marjorie Taylor Greene. What do you think, Liv? You think she's full of shit?
Yes.
Okay.
As a Christmas goose. No question.
The internet's forever, lady. It took me about 5 minutes to find all of these pictures. I didn't have a chance to go through FEC filings. I will. And I found out when Kevin McCarthy gave you and Lauren Boebert that money. I'll find this out too. So it's not that hard. I don't like doing this. I don't do investigative journalism. I know people make good money on it. I know Laura Loomer and people like that love it. I hate it. But when I've got to bring the receipts, I'll bring the receipts. And just because it's Marjorie Taylor Greene, I figured I would go ahead and give her that time.
Because she's, special.
She's special. Folks, we can't go like this. We're at is this the right number? 900?
Yes.
We're at $967. We are $100 away from giving away 2 jackets. 2 on the jacket giveaway. Here it is. It is Olivia's design collegiate jacket. Comes in navy, comes in black, comes in light gray. Light gray looks sick. Says The Dumb Show with stars on the letters on the background. It has a little football on the sleeve. You can get that or the other jacket, the Dumb Nation members jacket, which everyone loves. It is a Columbia jacket. It is a soft shell jacket. It's worth like $120. They're amazing. We will have a Monday drawing this money. All entries will be in the end of the year. Big grand prize. Last year's grand prize, all the gifts were like $750. The $500 prize was the bomb. I think every single person was impressed at the size of the prize that they were entered in, and I think everybody was pretty happy with the results. So I'm not mistaken. Here was the for last time. I mean, it was
welcome to the Dumb Show
massive.
Christmas giveaway. $25 entries, no limit tonight with a grand prize that is absolutely amazing. Don't worry if you entered in any of our other contests.
So that was given out, and Dawn Martin won that, and she is very happy. It's my understanding that she has put us in her will. And we're really honored that she thought of us. So listen, if you guys want to be entered in that, yes, it's a year away, but hey, what an investment. You know what I mean? $25, you could win a huge prize. We think this prize is going to be bigger, like possibly flying people out with a hotel stay, being on the show with us and recording a show with us, and a bunch of other stuff. We're thinking about doing something pretty huge. So we need you, $25. It's simple. $25 gets you in, and you're in it to win it. And if we can get $100 more, you'll have double the chance to win. That's pretty damn cool. There we go. And that's okay. You don't have to donate. Like, if you don't want to donate, don't donate. If you do want to donate, donate. This show's free for everybody. What you could do is hit like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't done that yet, please share and like the show. Next up, Charlie Kirk on Nick Fuentes. Question: a friend posted that Iranian Ayatollah has fled to Moscow today. I found he has plans, but no info on him leaving. Anything? I haven't heard anything. As soon as I do, I'll let you know. People were asking about West Virginia and ICE also. I'm not going to talk about that. Yep, not going to do that. Sorry, can't do it. But I've got too many friends who work. No, can't do it. All I can tell you is, yeah, love you. That's it. But as far as Ayatollah, I haven't heard anything else today. That would look good wearing that as a riding jacket on my bike. Oh, yeah. All right. Here is Charlie Kirk's take on Nick Fuentes.
I'm going to put one in real quick.
A lot of people have said so many things about Charlie Kirk and really stolen. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can say it.
JD Stillwell, for me and Connor, he said I had to. He watched your video breakdown in the beginning of the night.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome, JD. We love you, buddy.
We love Connor, too.
Connor, we love you too, pal.
He's got a birthday coming up, doesn't he?
What's he going to be? 12 now, right?
No, he's going to be 13.
12, 13? Holy shit, that went by
like
fast.
4 months older than Ethan, if I'm not
But
mistaken.
the fact that I even knew that he was around that age is pretty good.
Yeah, he's Ethan's age.
I got to give I don't even remember my own son's birthday. I don't even think he's my kid. I think he's the milkman's. I don't even know.
He's UPS, Hayden's post office.
Post office. You slept with the post office? It's like sleeping with a backup dancer. God, you're hot. I love your smile. You're
Thanks.
so pretty, especially on a Friday. I
wonder why.
After you've been at work all week.
I wonder why. Because it's
Saturday morning can't come soon enough. All right.
Oh my goodness, I'm putting one more in.
So a lot of people talk about Charlie Kirk and they say, did you get it?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Angela Hills, 25 TGIF. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Angela. And $25 in it to win it in the jacket. Folks, we're $25 away from doing 2 jackets. Not a bad deal. But a lot of people are saying that Charlie Kirk would have sat down with Nick Fuentes and been his friend and put him on the show and platformed him, all this other bullshit. Get Carrie. We'll get Carrie in. We'll pay for Carrie.
Okay.
Yeah. Carrie helped out yesterday as much as she could. That's enough for me. Connor's birthday is next Friday. Holy shit.
Oh, I thought it was February for some reason. I didn't realize it
We got to sing him happy birthday,
yes,
Jade.
as we do every year. We'll get Hayden and Ethan here,
All right,
too.
I'm trying to get this out. Charlie Kirk. Let's just watch this. This is really easy. Here's Charlie Kirk on Nick Fuentes. Listen to this. It's important because people keep saying, oh, well, Charlie never, steered away from anybody. He was, Glenn, we got you. That's close enough, Glenn. We got you. He never steered away from anybody. He would open up every conversation. Not true. Let's listen to this. This is what Charlie thought about Nick Fuentes.
Heard a little bit about the Groypers. Do you know some of the names of the influencers who are taking advantage of the conservative youth movement? I want to read.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
materials.
Yeah, so thank you. So first of all, I do know the names. I'm not going to repeat them because that only makes them.
Carrie says no. Seriously, fuck off. Seriously.
Their little irrelevant circle bigger.
Nick Fuentes, thank you for doing this. Yeah, thank you for having me. I wanted to meet you.
He's got a really compelling message, which is like 90% true.
We want 1,000 Dietrich Bonhoeffers. I like the Bonhoeffer example because of the circumstances, the tyranny.
Yes.
But I also like the Bonhoeffer because I never want to.
This is the greatest song ending to any movie. And I don't care what anyone says. Hands down, the most well done ending in a song to just.
Are you talking Smoking Aces?
No, that is you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really right.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really right, Liv.
Mm-hmm,
Damn woman.
I know I'm right.
Clint Mansell, you sexy dove. But Fight Club. And this is the song that right when the buildings blow up that they play.
Oh, okay.
If anyone feels if I'm being anything but honest, it's going to cost us something. God forbid our life like that, but eventually we're all going to have to go to heaven. And so Bonhoeffer is the example of, hey, I'm willing to sacrifice everything I have for God's purpose on earth.
Because once you start calling people Nazis, we really have no choice but to start shooting them. To be Dietrich Bonhoeffer and sort of reach the end of reason or even Christianity. Bonhoeffer decided Christianity's not even, he was a Lutheran pastor. Christianity's not enough. We have to kill the guy. I'm not judging Bonhoeffer, who was a great man in some ways, but.
Why do we give $3.8 billion to Israel, especially when they deliberately attacked the USS Liberty in the 1970s?
That is incorrect. Do not peddle conspiracy theories in our event. That is not acceptable. Do not say that.
Well, we put up with the.
Doesn't it sound familiar? And I'm not trying to say that Charlie Kirk and I are similar because we are completely different people. In fact, Charlie Kirk and I disagreed on a lot of stuff, especially when he would try to do these elections and with respect, he was horrible at predicting elections. I mean, I had to go after him on Carrie Lake because he was just selling people bullshit that she had a chance. And for 3 weeks, I told people she has no chance. But Charlie and I disagreed on very little when it came to philosophy or history or contextual architecture of logical thinking. But we disagreed on theology is because I was horribly naive to what he knew. So there's things that I did very well that Charlie Kirk didn't do well. There's things that we both appreciated, and there's things that he did well that I couldn't touch. And But we also hold people to the same account. I would not let the conspiracy theorists come in here. And people are like, well, why can't you listen to everyone's theory? Because I don't have the time to listen to everyone. It has to be mutually beneficial for me to listen to you. And if you're going to sit here and espouse a bunch of bullshit about the USS Liberty and that there weren't Jews killed and the Holocaust wasn't real and nobody landed on the moon, and you don't have anything other than conspiracy theories, then you just aren't going to be able to sit at my table, because it's the same reason that I don't hang out with 4-year-olds and have conversations about quantum physics, because the only thing they're going to be able to do is boogers and finger paint. Charlie Kirk was very much this way. So to say that he would platform Nick Fuentes is complete bullshit.
Attack on the USS Liberty that everyone's so afraid to talk about, clearly targeted on purpose by a country we're supporting, Israel.
You get rid of Christianity, and then, even more dangerous, you go from secularism then to Islam. Because then you're like, well, we have to believe in something, and then you bring in a completely different ideology that's at odds with Western values.
He's like, you know what Islam means? Submission. And like, let it hang in the air like that was self-evidently disgusting. And I was like, I kind of think submission to God is like the whole point of life, but I didn't say anything. I was like, I don't think I'm against that, actually.
I cannot see a single Western country that has become more Islamic and has become a better place to live that is happier or freer.
By what metric? Just happiness, quality of life?
Everything from quality of life, from cultural cohesion.
Sharia law is bad, Seth. I don't know if you've heard that. It's bad. It's worse than what's happening in New York and Detroit. It's just bad.
A tragic truth of war is that civilians die. I don't like it, and you don't like it. And they brought it upon themselves. The only operation and entity to blame is the leadership of Hamas, not the Israeli government, for fighting this defensive war after they were invaded.
The essence of the Christian faith. And killing tens of thousands of children and then making excuses for it on behalf of a foreign government is not in there.
Why is it that they haven't built a new school or hospital in the last 5 years? Hundreds of millions of dollars pour into Gaza. It's because Hamas runs Gaza right now, and they're a terrorist organization.
Hamas is a group of jihadis. They're Islamic extremists, which they also claim constantly. Which I don't know if that's true, by the way. It seems more like a political organization.
And it really goes down to the hatred of the Jews, and that's really where you need to meet people. Is at the basic. It's not anti-Zionism. I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. It is anti-Semitism, because if it was Zionism and the Arabs were all of a sudden, in control, then people, oh, that's fine, whatever. The Zionism is the idea that Jewish people should have a home. But if you hate Jews altogether, then of course you're going to hate the idea that they have a home.
An attack on Western civilization looks like this. It's tribalism, it's identity politics, it's DEI, it's whatever. It's Zionism.
What is the justification for simply Christian Zionism?
We as evangelicals, we believe that there's prophecy in the Bible, and there was a prophecy that Israel will be scattered and then brought back together. And so we look at this Israel right now, modern day Israel, as a fulfillment of that prophecy.
And then the Christian Zionists who are, Christian Zionists, like, what is that? Right. And I could just say for myself, I dislike them more than anybody, because like, what?
You remember, folks, not just Marjorie Taylor Greene. I told you all about Tucker Carlson, and I told you who he was because I've been watching him since he was younger, and I grew up with him. And I used to watch pretty much every CNN and NBC broadcast that there were. And I got to see him work on both networks, and I'd watch him on Crossfire. And he's always been a sniveling little turd. Now he's just a sniveling little turd with a platform and millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, who has sold out to Qatarian money. And that's fine. He can do whatever he wants. I think people who shill for Israel are douches, and I think people who shill for Qatar are douches. But it doesn't mean that they're wrong all the time. I don't think you should shill for any country except for the United States of America. And if the U.S. government wants to give me money to say good things about the U.S., I'll be happy to do it. But if the Jews tried to give me money, I would tell them no. And it's not because I don't love Israel and love the Jewish people. I do. It's not that. It's that I'm not going to be paid for my opinion. That's just not what I'm going to do. And I know that there are times where I may want to disagree with Israel, and I don't want to be in bed with them where I can't. Charlie Kirk learned that. And although he loved them unequivocally and was a Zionist through and through and was as pro-America as anyone you would meet, he learned that it's very difficult when somebody has $100 million to pull from your company that when you get that large of a chunk of money, it can ruin you. Because if it goes away, you have to somehow rail against that year over year. And we had to figure out how to fill in $36,000 a year. That doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it is. And with a company that we no longer work with, not for any other reason than it ended. But we had to fill that gap. And we had to fill it with Facebook and others and push even harder and do more work. And this is what happens. But in no way, shape, or form am I ever going to take money from a foreign government. I want money that I earn. And I don't consider these donations. I consider this as this. If we want to have a mutual relationship of an exchange of ideas and information on this show, the only way to do that is donations right now until we get picked up. Will we get picked up? I don't know. I feel like I'm the guy in Hollywood who's ready to blow people to get an acting gig. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we'll be fine. We'll survive. But I'll tell you what, this is the best we've seen numbers. Numbers are incredible right now. I mean, we are not on Wimkin, and we're sitting, 40, 50 on YouTube or Rumble, and we're pushing 180, 220 on General Pop. So it works. I mean, I haven't seen numbers like this on Facebook in a while. It's great to see. So that was Charlie Kirk's take, folks, and that's just the way it was. Why are people so against Jew nowadays? Go ahead.
Glenn Clark, this is for Maureen for a chance to the jacket.
Maureen already has a chance to get the jacket. We've got her covered. We've got Carrie covered. And Glenn, I'm going to use your 15, and we're going to get you covered too. You guys have been listening long enough. Challenge coins, soon. We were talking about getting some done. Give me some time. I might get some wooden ones done, some real nice wooden ones. Kimberly Jergemeyer, $25. That puts us over. Yay! Everyone celebrate. This is for Carrie. Happy Friday. Carrie's already taken care of. Kimberly, put her in, please. The monthlies, Olivia and I we can work this out. Let us take care of that. You guys just do what you're doing.
People do donate extra.
We love you. Tommy Austin. Oh, Jeff Oliphant donated 20. I'll make it 2 entries. So just put Mrs. Oliphant because we can't do 2 entries. You only do 1 entry tonight. It's the end of the year show that we do unlimited entries, but that's okay. We'll put in Mrs. Oliphant too. 2 jackets. I'm working on challenge coins. My cousin is working on it. We just got to get it done. All right. So that is Charlie. Here is a woman from News Nation. This is going to piss you off, Liv.
Okay.
This is a woman who was just ready to set up her camera and do street interviews. I mean, this is a lot of work, right?
Yes.
And reporters go out there, and they're a 2-man crew. They got the cameraman, and then they do their makeup, they do the audio, they run the satellite truck. It's not easy. And, I don't have a lot of love lost for reporters, but it's not easy. This reporter, this is white liberal women attacking a reporter. And this is why I will say that the most sexist people on earth are white liberal women. Here it is.
You were just justifying.
No, I wasn't. I was talking about a video I've seen several angles of, and there are 2 different conflicting stories. So
You're a pretty girl that talks in the fucking camera.
Exactly.
Shut your mouth about anything else.
You have no right to be here, really. Spreading propaganda is all you're doing.
You don't get to.
God, if I was your mother, I'd be so ashamed. Good idea. Good idea.
Have a great day. Bless you, and may Jesus warm your soul.
Or forgive you. Holy shit.
White liberal women. They're
awful.
Fantastic, aren't they?
Oh, they're great.
The question was...
I want to emulate that.
Yeah.
Just awful.
If anyone talked to you like that, knock their dick in the dirt, and they do probably have dicks. I'll explain challenge coins in a second. Let me get back to the Jewish comment. I'm going to make it simple. If you want to understand why the Jews are despised and hated today, and people say, well, why do they hate them so much right now? Or why has this happened? Because it's always been this way. I mean, you have to go days to ancient Judea or Samaria and go back to the Euphrates River and go back to the biblical times to understand the hatred and animosity towards the Jewish people. And the Jewish people are a fallen people. I mean, they repudiate Jesus Christ. And a lot of people say in Talmud they hate Jesus. It's not true. It's complete bullshit. But recognizing Jesus Christ as their Savior, it says in the Bible, and I can't give you the verse, and I'm not going to because I'm not a theologian, but essentially that the Jews will come back to Jesus. And when that happens, the second coming will take place, and we understand, well, that's pretty prophetic. And there is this revisionist history where people are trying to rewrite Judeo-Christian religious doctrine with this replacement theory, and it's really sickening. And if you want to look at it, that's where a lot of it's at. I think there's a lot of animosity towards the Jews as the chosen people. They feel they're the betrayer of Christ, which they were. And yes, we understand who hung him on the cross, but we also know who went ahead and used the so-called 10 pieces of silver and pound of flesh to go ahead and do so. But this animosity, I believe, is a craven jealousy that happens in a lot of these people, these supposedly Aryan Christian nationalists who blame Jews for everything. The problem is this, is that there is a group of people who everything that's wrong in the world, they believe the Jews are responsible. They don't blame the devil. They don't blame Satan, and that's who they're told is responsible for this hell on earth. They blame the Jews. And it's interesting, for every other issue of sin that we have, it's always that Satan is involved, and it's the influence of demons and the devil. But except for these people, the bad influence in the world has nothing to do with Satan, it has nothing to do with demons. It's just the Jews. The Jews are just bad. This is what they believe. And they'll sit there and go, I don't hate Jews. Yes, listen, they started off flirting with, we're kind of Israel government adverse. And they flirted with it. And Nick Fuentes and these guys, I don't hate Jews. I have many Israeli friends. I love the Jews, but it's the Israeli government that I can't stand. And then they were called anti-Semites, and they're like, okay, well, now we're Zionists, anti-Zionists. We just don't believe in we're anti-Zionism. And they believe that there's this global expansion happening, and that the Middle East is going to be consumed by the Jews, and the Jews want to expand into ancient Sumeria, want to get into Syria, want to go ahead and take Persia and Iran, and essentially create a Jewish nation and take and expand into the Arab lands and the Arab peninsulas. This is their belief. And so when they say anti-Zionism, they don't mean the right for Jews to live, because that's what Zionism is. I'm a Zionist. It's sovereignty. It's believing in your borders. It's believing in your country has a right to exist. I mean, you should all be Zionists. You should all be believe in sovereignty. You should believe in Ukraine's sovereignty and Russia's sovereignty and everywhere else. But they've turned it into this thing about this expansionism with Jews taking over Hollywood, taking over law, taking over banking positions, taking over the global elites and the monetary system, and they have their hands in everything, and they blame them for everything. Everything. And they believe that where there's a problem, you can find a Jew. Now it's moved from Zionism, and now it's just fuck all Jews. And that's where they're at. That's where Jake Shields is at. That's where Stu Peters is at. Nick Fuentes isn't there as much as he was going there, but this is where it's going. Candace is starting to go there. Tucker Carlson is starting to go there, but they don't do it themselves because they're cowards. They bring proxies in to do this for them and say these things, and they sit there and go, really interesting questions. I just have questions. So why do they hate the Jews? I think there's a lot of envy and jealousy. If we want to bring to the deadly sins, I think envy is a big one. I really do. I think envy is a big one. And they blame them for everything. And I don't have the time or inclination to do that. I hold people on their personal and individual merit. I don't collectively judge people. I don't do that. And even liberals, I don't. Because I really do enjoy most liberals that I meet. I just can't stand leftists and progressives. Okay, good. Another donation. Thomas Austin in with $28. Galatians 2. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Well said. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you. Here is comedy and politics. Livia's going to like this one.
Paul Rivera, last minute entry. Been busy. We'll have to watch on replay. Thank you for what you do.
In it to win it.
Paul.
2 jackets guaranteed. 2 jackets guaranteed. Last few minutes, folks. We're starting to push through, but we got to do these. We've got quite a few to do, so I'm gonna blow through these pretty fast. Yeah, James says I don't listen to talk shows because of their religious beliefs. I have a really good religious podcast that my pastor turned me on to, and I really do enjoy it. This guy's amazing. Comedy and politics. Is it dead? You remember like some of our favorite comedians in politics, like Louis Black. We love that. We love Bill Maher.
Yep.
So I'm going to show you 2 comedy skits, and you tell me good or not good. I'll show you the first one. I want everyone to kind of rate. Now, I need you to put your sensitivity caps and put them underneath your seat, folks. Okay? Take off your sensitivity caps and put them under your seat and just listen to the comedy here and see if you can get it. Even if it's dark and it's not your cup of tea, and even if there's some language or a topic that you don't appreciate, I want you to listen to this because I'm going to take it back to George Carlin. And Mel, while I was frequenting the commode tonight, texted me. Yes, Mel, I was talking to you on the commode. And she was mentioning George Carlin. And I had already clipped this video to kind of show you the days of old comedy humor, which was much more serious and palatable, but funny because it was a comedian saying it. And now people who are actually using humor through politics to make jokes. It's very different. Carlin didn't use politics or targets. He critiqued the system. The politicians, the comedians today are using comedy to frame their jokes. It's a very different process.
Can I say we've got the same brain because I ran across a comedy sketch today on X, and I was watching it and I was like, it's okay. It sounds funny, but I'm like, should I bookmark it? And I was like, nah.
Which one was it?
You know what? We're going to find out if it was the same
All
one
right,
that I watched.
Here's the first one. Everyone enjoy this. And just listen. Don't get upset. This first one is very funny if you have a sense of humor. We have a super chat. Christy Martin, $50 through super chat. You are in it to win it. You are in it to win the jacket. You gave 2 donations. That's fine. You get an entry. And Christy, I think that's the first time donating?
Yes, as far as I know.
Christy Martin, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that. Does Kay, did you need an entry? I think you said you're wishing for the jacket. We have another entry if you'd like it. Kay Decker. Loretta says, quit watching me. I just sat down on the commode. Some people are into that. They pay good money for that. OnlyFans has a place for you.
OnlyFans has a place for everyone.
Kay, let me know if you need an entry.
She said yes, please.
We'll get you taken care of. Put her in.
Got it.
Okay. So let's go. Let's listen to this. And please have an open mind because I think this is hilariously funny. Okay? You ready, Liv?
Yes.
Here it is.
I'd be okay with late-term abortion if you could know that the baby was going to be trans in the womb. Just at the last minute, the doctor's like, this baby's going to cause you a lot of problems. I'm like, oh my God, is it Down syndrome? Is it autism? I'm like, pretty close. I'm afraid to tell you this, Mr. Bankus, but it's a trans liberal. Like, what are my options? Well, you can keep them. And then when they're about 18 or 19, they'll self-abort. Or shoot up a school. We don't know yet. But one of those 2 things. If you're lucky, they'll work at a Starbucks.
Now, can you imagine being a comedian where you're seeing people get up and walk out, right? Like there's liberals walking out, and this guy still delivers his lines, like just crushes it. And they're walking out on him. And you know what? He just keeps delivering. He's delivering his lines.
Or you can abort right now. Like, I guess, make her uterus look like the Gaza Strip.
He's watching him walk out.
Some chunks of rubble falling out. Tufts of blue hair.
Oh, blue hair.
Just a single nose ring. Just. Fuck, we dodged a bullet.
It wasn't this
I'd be
one.
okay with late-term abortion
funny.
if you could know.
So the question is, funny or not funny?
I think it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It's about a topic that is so extremely emotionally charged, transgender community, protecting kids, abortion, and somehow it's funny. I was pissing myself. His delivery is perfect because it's so stoic, and and it's finally he cracks up when he does the nose ring, right? This used to make us laugh, stuff like this. But can you imagine a liberal seeing this? Holy shit, they would implode.
They would take a baseball bat to their TV.
Yeah, and exactly. And then I would get banned on YouTube for playing it. But Republicans, we've been taking shit for a long time. We've been listening about Trump during Biden, all those comedians, and whatever. Some stuff was funny. I'm not going to lie. It's funny. But
People just need to lighten up.
That was good. Here's another one, just to give us another example. This is the second comedy sketch. It's just another version, not as dark, but still a different type of comedy. More of a Bill Cosby style of clean but sassy style comedy.
It's a Republican word, property. Liberals got different words like rent. That's a big one, rent. Landlord. They measure be a government bill.
Let's put Dodie in. We got her.
Okay.
We should all be government employees. It's never enough government. Migrants, come live in my house. I'll hide you in the basement and give you papers, whatever you need. Criminal robbing me on the street. But how has society failed you? That's the bigger question. Republicans are like, don't tread on me. Liberals are like, tread on me. Tread all over my face. I want you to tread in my mouth, tread on my fucking, tread on my fucking, just tread all over me, just fucking tread it, keep treading on me.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
I was fooling you guys with the Bill Cosby stuff. That was pretty raunchy. But this is political comedy of yesteryear. You've heard Lewis Black, some of the greatest skits you've ever heard. He's a wonderful comedian, but here is Carlin, and this isn't funny. It's just true. Listen.
They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well,
all right, Janet, we're going to put you in too. We've been very fortunate, so we're going to put you in too, and we don't mind doing that. And honestly, it's fine. We have no problem doing that. And it takes a little of our profit, but we don't give a shit. We really don't. This is our night once a month to give back, and if we can do that, we do it. So, Janet, we're going to put you in. Did you get her?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
We know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right.
So, not funny. There's nothing funny about that. It's always true. And Carlin had a way of saying some very seriously heavy shit, and then at the end, making some off-the-cuff joke that was hilarious. And often, it was vulgar. But that was his way of doing it, was Like Stephen Wright was that way. You know, Stephen Wright would get up there and he'd be like, I bought some spot remover and now I can't find my dog.
Is that the one who had the longer hair?
Curly hair, right? I bought some dehydrated water at the store, struggling to figure out what to add. And you're like, and the other guy who we loved, which was the guy that wore the glasses.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He died a few years ago.
Yeah, he died, and he was just like Stephen Wright.
Just very dry.
Yeah, and you know,
one-liners to the point.
Right, and so a different type of comedy. You know, it's a slow hit. It's like having a mind eraser. It hits you 30 minutes later, and you're like, holy shit, what did I drink? That Stephen Wright type of comedy. Mitch
Hedberg.
Hedberg, yeah. Mitch Hedberg and Stephen Wright, very slow, deliberative comedians. Bill Maher and George Carlin, very similar in their comedic style, especially if you watch Bill Maher's stand-up. And then those two that I showed you are similar in their design too. My point is that we have to get back to a place of humor, and funny needs to be funny. Late night is not funny. We talked about Conan last night, and it's just boring. We still got quite a few people on. And what did Bobby say? I hope.
I didn't see what Bobby said.
Hoosiers may take the lead. Bobby gave up on the game. Hoosiers are good. What's the score? We find out.
Yeah, he could probably tell
Isaac
us.
Castillo, $25. Steve Byron's stand-up special, The Champagne of Comedy, is good. Yes, it is. We got a super chat from World Radio, 332, $5.
Isaac.
Okay, thank you. Yep, it was Isaac. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that again. I think you put it in for 25.
I did. He
gave us 5.
Yeah, but he also gave us 25. Up here. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so next and final ones. We're almost done here, folks. But there is some important stuff that I want you guys to hear. Actually,
before we go, there was a question on a donation, so I'm putting it in right now. It's from Kevin.
Matt, could Israel have pulled off the Venezuela op? No. There's nobody in the world who could pull that off except the United States. And there's things that I can't explain to you that they have and the things that we use and utilize that the rest of the world does not have. I can't go into it. I gave you guys as much information as I could. 35-7. Dude, the Hoosiers they're a wagon. They are a good team.
I don't think Ethan was doing much quacking tonight.
Miami has a really good defense, but I don't think they can stop the Hoosiers. They're dominant. They're so good. But no, I don't think anyone else on the planet could even do remotely what the United States did. Not with 0 casualties. No fucking way. No fucking way. There's nobody. British SAS couldn't do it. Mossad couldn't do it. No, nobody. Not at that volume, not at that magnitude. The operation, no. This is a really interesting one, and I really want to show. I gotta move on. We're never going to get off unless I get going.
Somebody said a joke.
Okay, so this guy, his name is Houston Wade. He is a leftist activist. Well, he would go around on everybody's page and call them a pedophile, and he would just spam people over and over and call him a rapist pedophile. Donald Trump's a pedophile. Everyone's a pedophile. Well,
turn around right there, dude. Turn around. His name's Houston. Walk him back. Put your hands on top of your head, bud. He's good. Walk him back. Walk him. You're under arrest. I got There's like 50 people there. What's going on? We'll talk to you.
Mr. Houston Wade was arrested December in Bremerton, Washington. The GIU units, and I really wish Tina Savage was on, with assistance on the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, NCIS, Bremerton Police Directed Enforcement Team, and the Kitsap Counter Interagency SWAT Team arrested 41-year-old Bainbridge Island man after he arrived in Bremerton intending to pick up an 11-year-old child to have intimate relations with him. This investigation was initiated by NCIS and turned over to Bremerton. When it was discovered the man was using a social media application to chat with a child whom he believed to be an 11-year-old, The chat turned graphic in nature, and over the course of numerous chats, the man agreed to meet the child in Bremerton so they could act upon a graphic actions discussed in the chats. The man was surveilled, and it was discovered that he had stopped at a Silverdale hotel on his way to Bremerton. The man had arrived in Bremerton at an appointed time and location. He was arrested. A subsequent search warrant served on the hotel revealed he had dropped off several condoms, bondage supplies, and adult novelty toys. The man was booked into the Kitsap County Jail. Kitsap County prosecutor will determine what the man will be charged with. May you enjoy your time in prison, however short that may be. Rapists, especially child rapists, aren't shined upon in prison, you fucking horrible human being. Projection at its finest. I always love how the leftists do this. This one's really interesting. So let me ask you a question. When you hear, you and I believe that our dog understands us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Same with the cat.
The cat less, but yes. I mean, we understand they have words that they understand and associate it with physical, anatomical, or some sort of stimula, right? Okay, because food, I'm hungry, I eat, and then we say food, we say dinner, dog knows, here's that sound.
Go potty or out.
Right,
knows.
so they can hear that, but sometimes our dog does things that we don't quite understand that's very human in nature, and we're like, what? How did they know this? And sometimes they look at us and we're like, what are you thinking, right? I mean, everybody does this with every single animal. What if I told you there was a way that scientists believe within the next few years that we're going to be able to understand what animals say when they are communicating?
Love that.
Well, let me show you a video that actually demonstrates that. This is an artificial intelligence.
Speaking of.
Yeah, cat comes in.
Comes in.
This is artificial intelligence, which is using AI to map the sound frequencies of birds chirping and taking the information that they have by video, watching these birds, what the temperature is, what the humidity is, what any threats are in the area. 360-degree cameras to see if there is, and using these frequencies and coinciding it with the auditory and video capture that they're having to assess the birds' patterns in their voices. They believe that in the next few years they'll have a very good understanding of what they're actually saying and communicating based upon the consistencies and inconsistencies in the frequency data. This is an example of what it looks like when they're collecting. Liv, you got to watch this. This is I know, but you're on the keyboard, so you can't watch it when you're on the keyboard. Here it is. Watch this. It's really. So these plot points are unbelievably difficult, and this recognizes in three-dimensional fields from pitch to time to overall frequency, overall waves of temperance, all of this, the pace, the rapidity, the repetition, and it's capturing all of this data and compiling it and essentially weaving it together to find the consistent patterns and the inconsistent variables that give them a basic codex on the language of birds. Now, I want you to think about this, how incredible this is. If we can understand the frequency of animals, well, then we can talk to them and we can stimulate the conversation. Like, for instance, if there's a bird that is extinct, that is not repopulating, well, you could mimic the sounds of a mate and put that in the air and to draw in females. Maybe there's not enough males, whatever, and to do that. What about bees? If you can harmoniously communicate some signal and pollination is down because bees are getting interrupted by radio signals like this, can you direct bees to go to certain havens? Can you give a frequency for them to pollinate more? Well, what about cicada? These are extremely, when they hatch, are incredible. But what if we have multiple hatches on top of each other, which does devastation to crops? What about locusts in South America? can we use a frequency that will deter them from going here and have them fly into the ocean? Whatever. The point is, this is a God level solution. And there are so many things that you could do to experiment this if you could write the codex of language from animals. And you have to ask yourself the question, is this like stem cell research? Is this like cloning? Are we getting into God country here? And are we going too far? Or is this cool?
I mean, how often have you said, I wish I could understand what Ash or Yenny is saying to me, although I pretty much understand what Yenny's saying to me because I know when she's yelling at me. But I mean, how cool would it be able to, to know exactly what they want? It would be neat. It would be very cool to be able to understand them better, or to be able to, the one thing is to be able to communicate with them when we have to do something they don't like. When Ash had the infection in her ears and we had to wash her ears and she did not like that. So basically all four of us had to hold her down while you cleaned her ears because she freaked out. Being able to, communicate to her that we're doing this for her own good and she has to, it would be nice.
But so that's nice. So Drew says, how could they do it in a non-anthropomorphic way? Which essentially inserting human traits into the equations and okay. So there's a downside to this because once you give people the ability to communicate, you give them a consciousness and you give them personality and you give them life and you give them a higher state of being. The one reason why we slaughter cows and chickens is because we believe they're inanimate. And once you give them thought and the ability to communicate and they say, please don't kill me, it changes things. And what happens to the world's food source, right? What happens if animals can communicate at that level and then they can start understanding our intentions? What if by giving them that stimuli, it eventually over time, over thousands of years, develops and nurtures into an evolution of them and we create the planet of the fucking apes and all of a sudden we're Charlton Heston screaming on the beach, no, you bastards! Who knows? I mean, all of that is insane. Nobody knows. But the interesting point is that AI, can it do it? Of course it can, because language is binary. And if things are based upon peaks and temperance and tone and pitch, just like our voice is, you can turn those into binary code. And if you can take stimuli and get 3 points of stimuli, one is sound, which is visual, and then data, take all 3 points across a reference, you'll be able to draw a map of what they are saying. And although it may not correlate to human and anthropomorphic style human traits and the application of that, where dog may mean cat in their language, well, the same thing is independently true for Asian or hieroglyphics or Cyrillic. It's all fractal tones of different pitch of degrees and pronunciation. So the answer ultimately would be is it possible? No, I don't think a human being is going to be able to create and recreate the pitch and frequency and time and temperance, all that of what the AI output tells us. But the point is, what if you could talk into a phone and just like a Spanish translator and say, tell my dog, would they like to go for a walk? And associate with the tone that we say in their language if it's extensive enough. Because what you might find is that the vocabulary of a bird is 3 fucking words. Well, I'm sorry, you're not going to be like, excuse me, Tweety, I'd like to transcend the depths of universal contemplation beset by paradox. I was wondering if you want to participate with me. So you can't do that. But if they have a fairly rudimentary language system of 20 to 30 to 50 words, well, that means that they are capable of not only contextually understanding their languages, but storing that and learning that non through DNA process, but passive and active learning. Then that means they could learn other words and other terms. And is there a way to train them? that every time you go for a walk, you say walk in a dog term that is closely relative to their language structure, because this, even in guttural languages where 50 words are maximum, they can still understand words in English. That's my point. Could a dog understand those things? Could a bird? I don't know the answer to that question. What I'm saying is, I think we might be able to understand what they're saying. And is that a benefit to us? It could be, or it could just be an interesting observational type tool. Right. Maria said it'd be a warning with sharks in water. Well, how about this? Sharks are renowned for smelling prey, but also warnings. There's certain smells that they don't like. They stay away from. There's also sounds that they don't like. Well, what if we understood those frequency emissions and could pump those into the local beaches? There's ways and means for all of this. The question is can it work? Crows can talk? Right. Crows are extremely complex thinkers. So I'm just saying, I thought it was cool. It is an entirely different conversation, but I can also go back to fantasy world where trolls and orcs have a guttural language of about 50 to 75 words in that fantasy world, but still they communicate with humans at a very, very rudimentary level. So it's just an interesting concept, and I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
Wrapping this up, and then we got to go, folks. Liv, you call this one out.
Melanie Marino for James Cody's entry.
Thank you, Melanie. Then somebody would take it and turn animals against us. Right. No, but I think it would be more of understanding what they're saying. I don't know if transference can take place. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that they have the cerebral cortex, the processing skills, the motor skills, the ambulatory skills, or the capability of deductive reasoning. There's a reason why animals are animals. But are animals constantly evolving? Yes. Are animals smarter than they've ever been? Yes. And I think the more we try to understand them, and just think about that. If you could communicate with a canine who's on a SEAL team, is that a benefit? Fuck yes, that's a benefit. What if other dogs could communicate with other dogs? It's just, I don't know. It's just interesting. It just takes you down that rabbit hole. Here is something I have to show you. I can't make this shit up. I made a video today out of mocking jest. It was to be funny. Yes, ravens are very smart. I was just making this video, and it's only a couple minutes, and then I'm going to show you something. And then tonight I was searching for videos, and I swear to God, folks, this is no joke. I can't make this up. Listen to this from this morning, and then a video I found later tonight, 12 hours later.
Everyone, this is my official declaration as a white progressive woman responding to the Renee Good situation, and I feel morally obligated to clarify my outrage, my guilt, and my confusion for other privileged white women who may still be operating on outdated instincts like empathy. I regret to announce that I acknowledged Renee Good's death and felt deeply wrong about it. Not because someone died, please do not misunderstand me, but because she was a white woman, and my compassion briefly escaped ideological supervision. That, unfortunately, was all on me. Let me be very clear. Recognizing loss is only acceptable when the optics are correct. If your grief does not align with the approved hierarchy, it becomes problematic. If your heart reacts before your politics, that is internalized privilege, asserting itself dominantly. Renee Good was an ICE freedom warrior, which we absolutely supported in theory, conceptually, and in slogans that really mean nothing. However, we did not expect warlike scenarios to actually take place in our war. This was supposed to be symbolic, a resistance, yard signs, hashtags, chanting, not consequences, maybe some singing. When things turn real, it creates discomfort and forces us to confront contradictions we were not emotionally prepared to process to begin with. The moment I felt sadness, I knew something had gone wrong. Sadness is not neutral. Respect is not neutral. And white tears are not helpful. They take up space. They distract. They center the wrong people at the wrong time. Crying without ideological clearance is basically violence. This is not about Renee Good as a person. or a mom. Please stop trying to make it about that. This is about me doing the work publicly so everyone knows I'm aware that even death must be privilege checked. Mourning without permission is reckless. Humanity without ideology is just dangerous. If this declaration makes you uncomfortable, good. Sit in it. If it makes you feel human, that means you still have some work to do. Thank you for listening.
Someone said, do we really want animals to know what we think of? No, I don't want to know what animals think of us. No, not at all. Okay, so you see that.
Mm-hmm.
And then this, I swear to, okay, I can't make this up. Merry Christmas, everybody. We're ending on this. If you want to get into the donation tonight, $25 left. We're going to do it until midnight tonight. We'll add your name. But now's the time to do it and listen to this. This is crazy, and then we're going to get out of here.
So, I mean, I'm just walking around kind of just dazed-eyed because I was like, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. It feels kind of wrong being here in some way. I don't know why.
Why do you think, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, like, where that stems from. Like, I mean, part of it is being, like, a white woman that I'm privileged, and I have a lot of privilege. So I feel like white tears are not always something that's helpful or necessary when black and brown people have been experiencing this.
Kay Decker goes, I was sent hers first, and then I see yours. I thought you was making fun of her. I swear, I didn't see it until tonight. So it shocked the living shit out of me.
For a long time. This isn't new for them, and so I don't know if that makes any sense in that way.
How did you decide that you should be here? Or are you still figuring that out?
Well, I work like 2 miles from here, so driving by, I don't, it was like, I'm here. I'm 2 miles. I can stop.
When I woke up this morning, it was not my intention to create a video. I was trying to think of the most ridiculous and mocking and ridicule-based video I could make about white liberal women, and I'm like, their tears are white privilege, and they're white privilege tears, and they take up space, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. I'm gonna set this up, and I'm gonna turn this around and make it about them and not the person they're pretending to care about, as they always do. It was flawless. So, like, I got to play the lotto, but that was pretty cool. That was pretty much it. Liv?
Yes.
Another great night tonight. I love the new format. It keeps moving forward. Remember when SNL did the talking dog skit with Scarlett Johansson? She was horrified to find out her dog was politically conservative when she's Lib. Yeah, I remember that.
Tammy, we got you.
You got it, Tammy. You're in. So anyway, I wanted to say thank you guys. The show's been really successful this week. We've had some really good numbers. We're growing on Facebook, continuing to.
Yeah, we've gained about 3,000 on Facebook this week.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
things are looking up, and we appreciate it. But your shares and your follows. So people have been clipping this as well. Does this mean that Matt thinks like a white liberal woman? Absolutely, absolutely. and the new name's Matilda, asshole.
Matilda.
So. People have been clipping the show and finding clips. We encourage you to do that. If you don't know how to do that, I don't know how to do it either. Just find a way. Look it up. But if there's a certain segment you like, clip it and share it. That helps out. We really appreciate you guys. So I want to say thank you for tonight. Thank you for last night. You guys really saved our butts. And we're really excited for the drawing on Monday. We're going to do 2 jackets. And we'll see you guys back on Monday. Olivia, you want to say any parting words?
Thank you so much, everyone. Last night was awesome. Everyone came through, which we feel very loved and appreciated. So thank you very much. And thanks to Ethan for being a rock star last night.
He sure did a good job,
Holy
didn't he?
cow. Yeah, he did. So yeah, and thank you for tonight. Appreciate it. I will have the list together, and Monday we will do the drawing. And again, you have until midnight tonight. So if you if you watch this in, repeat or whatever,
let's just extend it till Sunday.
Yeah, usually I extend it till Sunday because I don't do the list until Monday. So as long as it's in by Sunday at midnight, it will count. So if you watch it over the weekend, yes, you can still donate, and it will be included in the drawing on Monday.
Sunday at midnight, you listen to this on the podcast. Remember, go to thedumbshow.com/donate.
If you're a podcast person, let us know and listen to the show. We know we have tons of listeners on our podcast. But thank you guys for taking care of us. We appreciate you. We're having a lot of fun doing the live show again. It's just this new format is smooth. We get to like 20 topics, and it's a lot more robust, and it keeps people engaged. So
yeah, and also if you have a topic that you think would be good for the show, send it to us. Also, if you know of anyone you think would be good on the show, either please send them our info or send me theirs. I actually had somebody send me info of a person I think would be good, and they also sent him my info for the show.
Olivia at thedumbshow.com.
Olivia at thedumbshow.com. But yeah, so if you know of anyone who you think would be a good fit, definitely reach out to them.
All right, everybody. God bless. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys Monday. Have a good night.
Weekend.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.